what you want.
Welcome back, No
Are
Means
you getting
Nerds.
what
No means
you
nobodies.
need?
No means no nicks. To the No Means No Thing, No Means Nothing podcast. The podcast where three absolute, complete, fucking idiots are going to try their best to find the very best No Means No songs of all time. Spoilers, there isn't one. I am one of your podcast hosts, Jordan, and I'm joined by...
Hi, Matthew. Hello.
Yeah,
I hear that this band that the podcast is about is pretty good.
Pretty. Jury's out. And
Pretty
also,
good.
who else is here?
You have
Hey,
Michelle
hey.
here. Oh,
You got Michelle. That's right. And charging in, we've got a very special guest today, ladies and gentlemen. Our first guest episode in a long time.
We couldn't get enough of Jordan, so we got another one.
Exactly. Double the Jordans.
Jordan
Anybody-
squared in the house.
Exactly.
Thank you very much for having me, gang.
It's a thrill, man.
Aw.
And anybody who used to be, which is probably many of you listening to this, who used to be on the No Means Whatever.com board, Chedsy, if you're out there, shout out. What was your handle over there, Jordan?
My handle over there was JTD, which are my
Hell yeah.
initials.
Hell yeah.
That I going way back to the Friends of Incentive forum. Back in,
Yeah.
I think the late 90s, and then graduating from there to the Satan Stole My Teddy Bear,
yep.
hosted by John Chedsy with his shop and reviews and stuff, and then ultimately the No Means Whatever forum. So I was on there, I think, from when I was about 12 years old until the site went down, until, like No Means No retired and No Means Whatever forum got completely eaten up by bots. And
Yep.
I remember last time trying to go there, it was like, see Alice for
Yum, yum, yum.
45 cents.
I always kind of wondered how the fuck that happened. Like, how did he? I guess he just got rid of the domain, but they
That
kept the
sucks.
code.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
got
know.
cyber squatted or something. I don't know how that shit.
Yeah,
Man,
it's
that
pretty-
was so fun. It was so outrageous.
Yeah,
In
That
some
was
ways,
good
it's
times.
somewhat no means no.
I was just gonna say it's kind of like in its own way, just right. I do
Run
remember
until
there
you
being.
don't, and then just buy.
That's right. I do remember there being Bitcoin ads on there, which is really in line because that's what
wow.
Rob spends a lot of his time doing now. Is
Yep.
is tracking Bitcoin. So there you go.
Boy.
I
In any
dumped all
event-
my money. I dumped all my money in Robcoin. I gotta say.
That's smart.
Oh,
Yep, that's the best
Rob
coin on the market. Get it now. All right, everybody. So here we are. We're glad to be back. I'm not going to give you the usual preamble, although I guess I am here in a meta way of, we're sorry we took so long. Whatever. Fucking here we are. It's an episode. You're getting
Well,
it. You're going to love it.
I was going to get Jordan to at least say some of the bands he was in and stuff.
No, we're not done yet. I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Yeah, we're not done
Okay.
talking to him. Believe
All
me.
right, all right.
You think it's my first rodeo? Give me a fucking break.
We haven't had a guest
So-
for a long time, I suppose.
No.
My bad.
But before we do all that shit, the reason I'm not diving right into it is because we need to drink. I need to have this whiskey in front of me, motherfuckers, before I start talking about other shit.
Whoa.
So here we go. I'm going to start drinking. I know Jordan is already well familiar with this game. My whiskey. So I've been dying to taste it, and I haven't yet. So thank you very much. And we're going to give the honors of a second drink here to Jordan. Jordan, what do you got there? What are you drinking?
I debated buying just the most absolute, over-the-top, adjunct, crazy beers just to upset Michelle, but
Yeah.
I bought a couple of beers that I think I'd actually want to try.
That's smart.
Some of which may or may not horrify her, but the one I'm currently drinking is the Wild Eye Brewing Devil's Toasted Nuts Double Nut Brown Ale. That name is quite stupid. I think it's a little cringy, but it's a very delicious beer. And that's from a really nice brewery out in North Van. Wild Eye
Yeah,
Brewing.
they make good stuff.
Yeah,
Sweet.
everything I've had from there
Toasted
has been
nuts. How about
good.
that?
Yeah, so it's kind of, it's really malty. It's very
I love that.
it's
Nice
I
and
guess-
wintry.
I think it's aged on oak or something.
Nice.
Either way, it's really good. It's hitting
Yeah.
the spot.
Looks dark and delicious. Michelle, what you got for us?
Well,
any ASMR for me?
Beer, sort of. Excuse me. Since beer does hit my spot a little too much because I shoved one right after the. I like beer, so I'm gonna have a fake beer. I got a fake beer from Athletic. Actually, it's really quite good. It's a golden yellow beer, but the last time I had a bunch of beer was on New Year's Eve, and I had a lot of beer on New Year's Eve. And
Well,
then I
that's the
spent
day
New
for
Year's
it.
Day being sick.
Paying for it? Yeah, that's not
I
good.
paid for it. So
All right.
stupid. Yeah, I
Well,
almost drank and dialed too. Did you ever drink and dial? Drink and dial?
I don't like talking
not,
on the phone, so it's not very likely
yeah,
for
I
me.
hate the phone. So for me, yeah,
All
I
right.
would never
You
get
ever
on the phone when I
text
drink.
and drink?
Yeah. Some
Drink and
yeah.
text?
You know, it's how I
Probably.
keep track after the memory goes. So you can go back and read that stupid text you sent.
Indeed. Mr. Matthew, what's on your plate?
I have a pair of Japanese beverages, one alcoholic and one not. Both were given to me, which is rather nice. And I don't know where this one. This is actually a client of mine decided we got to talking about booze, and she's like, "Oh, you really got to try this stuff." It is from Kyuchi Brewery in Naka City in Ibaraki in Japan. It is Hitachino Nest beer, and it is a yuzu lager. And yuzu is a Japanese citrus fruit. It's somewhere between.
Oh.
It's its own thing, but it's somewhere between, I don't know, an orange and a lime.
Oh, yum.
And the other one, which is non-alcoholic, is a beautiful picture of a kingfisher on it. Yoshi Cola. The original craft cola, cola nuts, 7 spices, reishi, and ginseng.
Nice. That'll be a
might
good
be
chaser
little
after you
wired
drink your
after that
booze.
second one.
Yeah.
Could be.
I don't know.
Yeah, could well be.
We'll crack it open.
Yeah.
Which
See
one are you
how
going to
this
have
is.
first?
Oh, the booze one.
Yeah.
okay.
Got to
It's
get your
Friday
layer
night.
on. Yeah,
It's
exactly.
Friday night.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
we don't normally
you
record
know,
on a Friday.
in the back pocket, I do have a bottle of whiskey in case I need a nip later on. 'Cause I'm particularly stressed out. So yeah, let's see how this yuzu lager goes.
Excellent. Well, look, Jordan, we're thrilled to have you on the podcast.
Oh,
Besides
that's lovely.
having clearly one of the best names that's out there. What tell us a bit about your history with this band. How'd you find them, and what have they meant to you throughout your years following these fuckers?
Well, I actually apologies to any of the listeners who heard an episode a couple of years ago where I had a listener submission that you read out on the air, but I'll give you the Cole's notes here. But basically, me and my brother, we were really starting to get into punk rock when we were about 11 or 12 years old. And we first band we actually heard was the Hanson Brothers. That was sort of in the No Means No orbit there, because they used to play the Stompin' Tom Connors cover. They used to actually play that a lot on the sort of Canadian approximation of MTV that we have out here called Much Music, or we used to have out here. I don't even know if it's still going. I think if it still exists, it's like whatever MTV was for the last 20 years. But from there, I remember my brother, we used to have a really good CD store in Nelson, BC, which is where I grew up. It's a little small mountain town in the interior of British Columbia. There used to be a really good used record store there. My brother got a copy of World Head of the World and listened to it. I kind of liked it. I thought it was a little bit weird, but it was a little bit advanced for my age, I think. But eventually kind of came around, got into it. And then very, very shortly thereafter, like, I swear to God, it was like a couple of weeks or something, like after we got that CD, and I was finally starting to be like, hey, this band's pretty cool. No Means No was booked to play an all-ages show in the high school in Castlegar, which is a town about a half hour away from Nelson.
Oh my God,
so,
high school?
Yeah, so my dad took us out there, me and my brother. We went to Stanley Humphreys Secondary in Castlegar, BC. The show was hosted in, I think it was, I could be wrong, but I think it was in like the drama room, because I remember the acoustics were better. I don't think it was in the gymnasium, but it was there was like a stage that was there, and like there was actually a really good crowd. I remember the place was totally packed. I remember trying to buy merch after, and the lineup was going like all the way, like wrapping all the way down the hallway of the high school.
That's great.
But yeah, they started playing. They opened with Victim's Choice, which I remember because like that was from the one album of theirs that I'd heard, and just like instantly, like, the blood was draining from my face, and they became my favorite band literally in real time. Like, I had never seen anything like that. I'd never heard anything like that. And, almost 30 years later, I still really haven't. So immediately after that, me and my brother both became like really diehard No Means No fans. We were really known as like the No Means No like dorks in school. I had like a rotating cast of No Means No shirts that I would wear to high school. The next time I sort of saw No Means No was when they played a club gig in Nelson. We, of course, being far too young to go, we hung around outside the show. So like there was like a little area where people were sort of smoking in, like where the band's loaded in, just a little sort of like little back area. So we watched, in air quotes here, we watched the show from the outside of the club Avalon in Nelson. And like
I remember that from your submission. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it was hilarious. We had people like, the show was totally packed. We had people coming out to smoke, and they were like, "Holy shit, these guys are the biggest fans here." We were writing down all the songs that they played, like we were singing along. Our friend Aaron was there too. He was a friend of my brother's who was also a really big fan. I have no idea if he listens to this or if he's still into No Means No, but it was like the three of us just like rocking out hard.
Rules.
And then, yeah, after that, basically saw them every single chance I could. I think when I was about 15, my parents got us tickets to see No Means No. They played an all-ages concert in Cranbrook at the Key City Theater, and that was on the One tour. And that remains my favorite show I've ever gone to in my entire life. Like, that was just like, because that was like, at that point, we'd gotten all of their albums. We were really, really deep in the No Means No obsession. And then, an all-ages show where it could stand right up front. So, yeah, big ups to Ferdy Belland. I don't know if he listens to this, but thank you so much for putting on that gig. I tracked down the poster on the internet the other day and was really happy to see that.
That's
and then,
cool.
just continued to see No Means No. They always drew really well in Nelson. They played Nelson like at least once a year. They played through anytime they were doing like BC shows. They would come through town, and they were usually generally sold out. My very first band got to open for them one time when I was 18. I was shit. Yeah, that was like, just the absolute height of my world entirely revolving around this fucking band.
I bet you were nervous as fuck. Holy shit.
I was nervous as fuck, and it was pretty funny because it was like, it was a big like sold out nightclub show. I was still underage, so I was just like very, very worried I was gonna get the boot immediately after our set, and we were a very, very, kind of amateurish, 3-chord punk band with really crappy gear. So we had to like prop our crappy little like 15-watt amps onto chairs to have it propped up so people could actually hear us.
Oh, that's
What's your instrument, Jordan? What were you playing?
I've only actually never learned to play an instrument, despite music being like, the driving force of my life. I've always been a vocalist. So I sang in that band for a few years. And then I sang in a couple of other bands that you guys have never heard of.
Which you should mention anyway, because people who are listening may have.
Yes, please.
So after that band, that was my very first band. That was 10-string panel box. I really hope that there's nothing possible that anybody would be able to find on the internet of that band still existing.
You hope not.
After that, I joined kind of like a metal hardcore band called Want Monster that had already been around for a while, and then that was my first kind of active band that was like kind of touring and releasing music and stuff. And then that band essentially broke up because I was moving out to Vancouver. But right before I moved to Vancouver, I joined Circle the Wagons, which is probably the only band that I've been in that anyone that listens to this podcast would have actually heard. They toured a little bit with No Means No and Hanson Brothers back in the day. They were really, really closely associated with Invasives. They used to tour with them a lot. And Byron actually, from Invasives, actually played drums for Circle the Wagons during a little brief reunion that they had I was going to say a couple of years ago, but I realized now it was probably more like 10 years ago.
It feels like a couple.
But that when I was in that band, it was very short-lived. It was kind of, they sort of reunited. We kind of had intended to like record and do stuff. We had more lineup problems and stuff. So when I was in that band, we did one tour with the Dayglow Abortions, and then we did another show opening for Bison, who's kind of a long-running sort of stoner metal band out here. And that was a lot of fun, but yeah, that kind of dissolved. After that, I joined a band called Subsist, like sort of a very, very fast, extremely noisy hardcore band, which is what I got really, really into sort of in my 20s, and I still kind of am into. And then I was in another band like that called Scum Human, which was the last band that I was in. And that is also the reason why I have really bad hearing damage. So apologies if I ask you to repeat yourself. But yeah, that last band that I was in called Scum Human, we did like a month-long tour of the States back in 2016. And when I came back, I had chronic tinnitus and pretty bad hearing damage in both my ears. So the moral of the story is to wear earplugs.
Wear earplugs, kids.
Yeah.
And
Now I have
safety pin at the bottom of your
$6,500
t-shirt and earplugs.
Yeah, exactly. I have $6,500 fucking hearing aids now that I get to replace every 5 years. So.
Well,
Yeah,
dude,
you
that's
look
metal
like
as
you're
fuck. You've earned it.
17.
Jesus Christ.
Man,
Yeah.
sucks.
Jesus Christ. That fucking rules, man. So when you opened for them, did you get to meet the guys at all? Like,
not
what was that
really.
like?
I mean, I did. I'd already kind of like talked to Tom a little bit before that, just
Okay.
from like going to his shows and stuff. I got to meet John a little bit. Rob was, I think he was like literally taking a nap in the van outside the
Yeah,
show. I'm honestly, I'm kind of hope they didn't watch our set. That was not the strongest musical endeavor I've been a part of. I did later on, maybe like a year or two after that, I started doing a little Xerox fanzine, and I did actually interview John after a No Means No show. He was very generous with his time for a shitty little zine that I probably Xeroxed 20 copies of and gave to my friends. Whatever. He was nice enough to talk to me for like 40 minutes. So.
Of course he was. Nicest man in punk rock. Fucking hell. Yeah. Jesus Christ. That rules, man. Mm-hmm. And then of course in parallel to that, you were early on in the online presence, right? As you talked about, back from Friends of Incentive up through the No Means Whatever. Is Friends of Incentive, was there a Sarah Francis site before that and then on to Friends of Incentive? Yeah. I just remember Sarah Francis.
I forgot about that. I think I heard tale of that.
At my desk.
At my desk. That's where I started out. And then into Incentive and then into No Means Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's interesting, right? Like that. I really miss those. Not to wax nostalgic, but I miss the message board days. Those were good days of the internet. Back when the internet fucking ruled before it went to shit.
They really were, and I was on that long before my family had the internet. So like,
wow.
I would go down to the library, pay a dollar to like be on the internet for a half hour and be like, I really like No Means No, and then like, go to school for the week and then go there again, like, a couple days later and be like,
that's fucking hilarious. Like I remember you from the boards, but never did I picture you as a fucking high schooler.
No, me neither. Totally.
I had some idea, but
I didn't. That rules.
I think I would never credit myself for convincing you to move out of Nelson, but I think me saying, the stuff that you say about Nelson sucking indeed does suck. So I think I like maybe validated your decision on some level. You once told me that your mom blamed me for you moving away.
I do love Nelson when I go back every year, during the holidays and stuff, but like it was not really conducive to the lifestyle I was more interested in doing at that time.
Sure.
So,
nice place to visit.
It's a very sleepy, hippie arts town.
Okay. Well, could be worse.
Which has recently circled back and started in that bizarre configuration I call the ignoboros. The far left loops around and sort of makes common cause with the far right.
Oh yeah, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I think half the town definitely lost their mind at the beginning of COVID, but and again, I think about half the people I met did, so I don't know.
Half the world has fucking lost their mind. Jesus Christ. And speaking of which, real quick,
and
I just
on that note,
so we're recording this on January 9th. You guys won't hear this until, I don't know, next Thursday, whatever the fuck that date is. But we're not going to go down a rabbit hole here, but I just want I want this podcast to be sort of an escape for people. And I know a lot of our listeners aren't Americans, and you're probably looking at us going like, what the fuck? Which you should. I'm ashamed to live in this country right now. And, Renee Good was just assassinated by an arm of the state. We are so far through the looking glass here, I don't even know what to fucking do. And my hope is that by next Thursday, we haven't invaded Greenland or whatever the fuck is next. But just to let everybody out there know, like, we're not going to talk about it here because this is not a political podcast, but we're not immune to it. I feel like shit. I feel every day, I feel like fucking, I don't know. I just want to run screaming from this shithole of a country. But here we are. Luckily, we have things like this podcast and great people like this and this band to escape into. But I'm not trying to escape from it on a daily basis. We're going to do everything we can to fucking end this as soon as we can. But, you know, I'm not a Second Amendment guy. I'm not taking up my fucking arms and going after the president. So I don't know. We'll have to see what happens here. But
the anxiety of I have every day, and then you wake up and you're like, what? You know, being on the West Coast, it's like, what did he do every day? That's the first.
Yeah,
what happened?
It's horrifying. So
what am I going to read?
This one goes out to what seems like a very chill person, Renee Good, and fuck those fascists. God damn it.
Fuck ICE. And from you know, Canadian with American friends and everything like that, like just remember that, you know, the vast majority of Americans are good people, and they're every bit as horrified, more so because they're actually right in the thick of it. So don't tar them with that brush, because the baddies are a small minority, and they have pulled the levers and they've pulled the strings. And to my American friends and American friends I haven't met yet, like, try not to lose heart. And you know, if this is not, there's a lot of doom saying, it's like the death of your country and stuff like that. But you know, do you want this fucking orange clown to be its harbinger? Do you want that? No. So don't lose heart.
Nope. 100%. 100%. All right. Well, enough of that. I mean, it feels trite to say enough of that, but you know, that's not the purpose of this podcast. I just need to know everyone worldwide. We're fucking, you know, I'm not burying my head in the sand.
Ashamed and embarrassed.
I'm ashamed and embarrassed and horrified on a daily basis in new and incredible ways every day. Well, what else do we want to talk about, folks, before we dive into round one? We got anything else? Matthew, you got any other questions for Jordan you want to dive into before we just start this shit?
No. Just wanted to say welcome. Thanks for coming. We're trying to set this up for a little while.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks for having me on.
Wait, I want to ask him something. He's got a Dead Bob hoodie on.
That's right.
How many shows have you been to? Are you digging it?
Fucking Canadians.
I've been digging it very much. I go to a lot less shows these days because of my hearing damage, but I will always see Dead Bob whenever they're around. I think they've played 5 Vancouver shows. I've been to 4 of them. The only one that I did not go to was when they were getting held up with all of their paperwork. They were unable to get to
the Green Auto one.
They did an emergency Green Auto show on like a Tuesday or something like that.
Emergency.
It was announced the day before to help recoup some of their losses from that.
Right.
I would have liked to have gone, but they were going to play 3 shows within stone's throw of me. I was so bummed that fucking happened to them. So fucking bummed. They were going to stay at my house. Oh well. All right. Next time. All right, guys. Well, then I'm going to roll the dice. Whew, fuck, man. Everyone from this point on, pretty much. There's a couple in there I'm not going to mind seeing go, but a couple of these. Jesus Christ. All right. Here we go. Fuck me. Okay. So, this time, ladies and gentlemen, in this corner, we have Mary, the last, versus, you guessed it. No, you didn't. Real love. Holy shit. So before we dive into these and listen to the clips, well, let's listen to the clips first, and then I'll talk about our past, the history of these songs on the podcast. So first, we're gonna hear a little clip from Mary. Great clip, Parker. All right, and now Real Love.
The rumble of a passing truck. A streak of blood. Please forgive me for what I've done to you. And Lord, forgive me for what I'm going to do.
Woof.
You can't
Oh, I
stop
can't
it
believe you
there.
cut it
Jesus
off. I know,
Christ,
right?
what
What are
the
you doing,
fuck?
Parker? Give us a real love in there, son of a
God.
bitch. Real love. Sorry, I just had to continue it. Shit. All right, so before I start talking about these, let me talk a little bit about, or just mention what these were up against in the second round. So, first, Mary went up against Somebody's, a great fucking song. But this was unanimous. We all voted for Mary in that round. And then Real Love went up against Victim's Choice. And Chuck was on that episode as well. And that was unanimous as well. Real Love went through. So these are both unanimous. These are both Andy era songs, different, bookends kind of, but fuck. I mean, Michelle knows. I think when we started this podcast and we started talking about what the favorite song was, she was like, "Oh, it's Mary for you," and it wasn't. At that
I was
point, even
totally
though it's high up
convinced
there,
it was.
because it has been for years. Mary was like, just I don't know why, it just gets in my fucking spine. There's that fucking crab, man. Probably the lowest
Matthew,
point for
what
me
the
on this
fuck?
podcast. So he brought that fucking crab out, and thank God we're past that, because boy, that threw my shit for a loop on that episode.
Oh man, yeah, we had to have a sit down.
That was a good but rough episode. That in that round one, when it was Mary versus 0 + 2 = 1, which was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Anyway, so Mary versus Real Love. Jesus Christ, why? Whose fucking idea was it to not give ourselves these clips in advance? I love both of these songs. Okay, so I'm going to talk about each of them a little bit. So these are very, 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 very different songs in their oeuvre. We've got, to me, Mary is definitely indicative of a Rob song in terms of its tone, in terms of its content. I think it's also Rob-like in the way that it's got, musically speaking, it's way it's got a driving bass line that's fairly repetitive, but intricate and interesting enough, and with enough subtlety in the way that he plays it, that it never feels stale, and it always evolves, even though it keeps coming back to the same patterns. Andy in this song is just, I don't think he likes the song very much. That's the impression I got from him, but fucking, his texture on it is so fucking good. Of course, John is just like out of control on the song. The tom work and the hi-hat work in this song is absolutely crazy. Like going from a riff, nothing is straightforward in the way John plays in this, but there are times where you can get lured into it being straightforward before he blasts you with that tom work. But if you listen really carefully, there is always deep texture going on with all three of these guys, but especially with Andy and John playing off of the kind of steadiness of Rob, moving between the A, B, C, whatever fucking sections of this. Together, it just forms this real momentum and onslaught. I feel like this song, along with some others of in their catalog, is an onslaught. It just doesn't fucking let up. But when it does let up, and it does a couple of times, and it really drops into the pocket. It drops into the pocket in a way that lets you know something really is just about to fucking kick your ass. Like you can't rest. It's just this brooding sense that something is about to attack you. And this song, the content of the lyrics, to me, this is one of those songs I think it's actually a good parallel to 0 + 2 and maybe Faithless May in its own way. Really, to me, speaks about Rob's attempt to or connection with this deep well of chaos, but being behind what we see as the screen of our civilization, of our norminess, that there's this huge untamed other that's intelligent in a way that we can't understand, in this chaotic, beautiful way that's just hovering out there and makes us a non-entity. And this song to me is the avatar of that. This is that voice just rending through reality, sticking its tentacled head through and just going, fuck you. This is the real word, right? Before the strokes of the lash and the march to the crosses. And the passion with which Rob sings that, the passion with which he puts the phrasing together bit by bit to talk about this in a abstract but almost very concrete way, just has always really got to me. This is one of those No Means No songs that I used to back in my college days, just get super fucking high, turn off all the lights and just crank it up as high as I can fucking get it and just play it over and over and over and over again. And I love the way it starts off with a kind of disarming, kind of funky guitar bass riff, and then just rips your face off, but ends as it goes out with just sort of a chaotic Andy sort of blast where he just sort of fucking plays around on the guitar and then finally just ends with a single tone and lets it fade out. It's perfect. The perfect bookends for this song. I think the rhythm of this song, the pace of this song, the relentlessness of this song really, to me, speaks about one of the things I love about this band the most, because they can be fucking hardcore, and yet there's still this beauteous intricacy and meaning held really close in every fucking measure of it in a way that I just find astounding. And then we pit it against Real Love, which is their like epically long fucking throw your blowtorch in the air in the concert, your lighter, whatever you've got, and fucking wave it in the air, right? Like, this is a song that talks about love, not, I mean, I think that's their, other than I Need You, I think this is their, clearly it's in the title, their most explicit love song. But this is like all of their songs that talk about something explicit or that you can peg as a kind of human emotion or human experience. This one, the depth of it is incredible. The loneliness of this song, the plaintiveness of this song, the way that it moves from this quiet, you know, the way that bass line, the dong, 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 it's so quiet. And we talked about this before, the production on this, I think, might be my favorite of the production on this album, which famously to me anyway, doesn't have the best production, even though it's perfect for what the album is, because the album, I wouldn't want it to be any other way, but there's weird flaws in the engineering to me. But this song, I feel like, really fucking nails it. The layeredness of the production, the way that they get the echoing just right on Rob's voice when it needs to, and he's right up front when it needs to be. And again, Rob's performance in this is so fucking great, so heartfelt. And when he really lets it loose, it just fucking really, really lets loose in a way that really rips your guts out. And I mean, one of the best fucking lines in all of No Means No history. Don't you say it. Right?
I wrote that down. I want to say it.
I'll let you say it, but we all know it's in the Corvid family. No, go ahead. It's in the Corvid family, and we all know what it is.
Maybe what I want to say wasn't what you were going to say. So if I said it, I wouldn't be able to say it.
Anyway, that's what a crow say, but who cares what a crow say anyway?
Yeah, that's not what I was going to say.
There's a lot of other great lines, but there's something so...
Yeah, who cares what a crow...
You know, a crow on a telephone pole with something to say. There's something so evocative that the imagery of this entire song, this is an absolutely beautiful meditation on the terror, the pain, the joyousness, the need, the depth of the human concept, feeling of love, both something very personal and universal in this song. So these two songs, we've got this one that's sort of like the force outside of time and space that is that enshrouds humanity, that was here before we were here and will be here after we go. And then this other deeply personal human element in Real Love that we all experience or long for if we don't experience and want to experience. And it's a mystery. And what does it even fucking mean? And it's so deeply personal, but deeply universal. So these two very universal songs on opposite ends of the spectrum with very different feelings in their execution, and to me both absolute classics and perfect examples of the breadth of what No Means No can offer. It's fucking astounding that these are from the same band. It's out of control that these two songs are from the same band. And I'm going to have more to say when it comes back to me around the second time, but I'm going to pause. I'm going to let Michelle go, and then we'll follow on from there. Michelle,
right.
What do you think of these two fuckers?
These two fuckers, between the two of them, like, these two have some of the sickest riffs. I mean, each song has its own. It's not that complicated. It's not being played like hella fast, but it's so infectious and good. And it's one where you just close your eyes and you bob your head because it's one of those mesmerizing things. I don't know. I said it before when we were talking about Mary, and I'm going to say it again because I think this is one of the reasons this song kicks. Mary musically emphasizes the first and the second beat. It does so through the whole fucking song.
That's right. That's right.
And it might even be the same interval that they're doing, like a half step.
Yep.
And the riff does, the chorus does, and it's just it's so sly and kind of cool, and it's intriguing without maybe you not knowing initially why it's so intriguing. Real Love has this slow burn, and so many people have written love songs, and you think like, oh, of course this is going to be their love song, but I'm telling you, the way this gets slowly turned up, I could not pay attention, and I don't know why, because I don't usually like the slow ones, but this song is so real. It's so real, and I've always listened to it start to finish. I never skipped over it, and it's raw. It's a raw, open wound, and you feel it. You feel it when you listen to it. This about the lyrics that I like that I thought you were gonna say, is this the song where he says something so strictly personal?
Yes.
Okay, because I love that. I think it's kind of
something so strictly personal.
I know. I think it's kind of funny, but it's really kind of not. But it's kind of funny, you know. I don't know why it's kind of both, or why I keep saying kind of. I love that line.
It's disarming, and the person is disarmed who says it. Like,
Yes.
Yeah, it's just such a weird, odd way to say it's personal.
And it's right next to the crow shit. So that's all part of like one big stanza. It's fucking perfect.
But then doesn't he scream it? Something so strictly personal.
Yes.
Doesn't he scream it? That's another reason why it's kind of funny. I don't know. What else did I write when you were talking? But I was paying attention, but I was writing. I don't know. The way Real Love just gets slowly turned up, and then he's screaming in it. But like you said with the recording, his voice isn't overpowering it, and maybe somebody was really good, you know, equalizing or mixing it well, where he sounded so angry and so prominent, but it wasn't overtaking the song, you know? It was just kind of perfectly mixed and well placed in there wherever he was in the song. Jordan, I was convinced that Mary was your number one, and it's a good number one.
It has been.
It's I don't know. I think that's all I'm going to say. But these are really two very, 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 very heavy songs. Heavy.
Yep.
Heavy.
All right, Jordan, your first take doesn't have to be your last comments on these two, but what's your first take on these two songs? Oh, wait, hold on. We're not getting your voice anymore. Fuck.
Yeah, what happened?
Sorry, that was my bad. I took a sip of beer and forgot to unmute myself. So you guys
Thank God, it's not a problem. Just the mute button.
You can sip.
Really, don't worry about that. Yeah.
Please don't worry about incidental noises. We need them on the pod. This is a rough pod, so don't
Just want to
fucking
get the
mute
heart
yourself.
stopping a little bit before. Yeah.
Yeah, you did. You mission accomplished.
Yeah, I don't even really know where to start. I mean, I really, really like both these songs. I'll just get that right out of the way. They're both really different songs, but they're both very distinctly Rob songs, I think, but in different ways.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, good point.
It's funny that Mary came up because I was literally just arguing with my brother about this song 2 days ago.
Oh, what was the
'Cause-
argument? Let's hear.
Yeah.
My brother, my brother, with the No Means No catalog, just going back up on streaming, my brother's gotten back into No Means No after
Nice.
a bit of a few lapsed years there without listening. And we were talking about 0 + 2 = 1 and how he thinks that it's one of the weaker albums from that era.
Oh,
Holy shit!
Hey,
Hey,
oh,
if you want to have
You know
him
what
on
to
the
do.
show and you guys can argue, I mean,
we might have to.
never.
I mean, I
Jesus.
could never come up with like a conclusive ranking or whatever, but I might actually say that that's my least favorite of the Andy era albums. But hear me out here.
No.
All those albums are 10 out of 10. So like, what are you gonna fucking?
That's
do?
right.
Right,
It's like it's one of those things like least favorite amongst
This one
best,
goes
so-
to
Yeah.
11.
Exactly.
Okay.
But one of the songs that I really, really like about that album is Mary, which I think is fucking kind of one of their unsung classics. And it's funny,
Yes.
I distinctly remember when I was younger, never really caring much for that song, but I think I just like heard it a couple times and then just like skipped it for like every time I listened to the album for like, a couple of years or something. Like I was just like, click. And then I saw it might have even been the show where my band was opening for them, but they played that song and I was just
Yep.
I just remember being right up front, like literally 3 feet from Rob, watching him play that and just being like, holy shit, this is actually the greatest song. And ever since it's been a very, very dear song to me ever since then.
Nice.
I think Andy is absolutely wrong, even if he maybe agrees with my brother. Oh yeah, I never actually got around to that, but my brother's like, yeah, Mary, I don't know, that song's kind of just whatever. I was like, what?
What?
But I remember being just absolutely flabbergasted upon hearing that Andy doesn't like that song because his guitar work on that song is really
So good.
really
Yeah.
good and really creative and just like
Mhm.
Yes.
the way, I mean, I'm sure there's like a musical term for this and I just don't know what it is, but like the song kind of gets like deconstructed and then kind of like reassembled. Like
Yeah,
the
that's
song
a
just
good
kind of
way
like
to put it.
falls apart and then just with the kind of the way it's sort of the instrumentation comes back in is just like, I think that's
Yeah.
really, really fucking brilliant. I don't know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's maybe like a little bit repetitive with just that same groove, but like No Means No does that a lot. But it's really, really effective. And I think it's really effective in
Yeah.
most of the songs that they use it in, but like in Mary, I think it works a lot. Even if it's all just kind of variations on the same riff for most of it, I don't know what to say. It fucking rules. And
Yeah,
Rob's
it does.
vocals on that
It
song are
does.
also just really, really, really strong. Like
Mhm.
it's one of those songs that
Mhm.
I don't really recall hearing like the fandom talk about a lot over the years, but like it is absolutely like one of their S tier songs as far as I'm concerned.
Yep.
And then of course, pitting that against Real Love, which is a radically different song, but I don't know. I kind of hastily jotted some notes here. That's actually another song that like it took me quite a while to come around to it. But I do absolutely love it now. I think it's kind of unique in their catalog and how much of like a sort of like arena sounding song it is, like
Mhm.
it sounds like they're playing through like, fucking 30 like, cabs or whatever. Like just like, the drums sound like they're like fucking like 60 feet tall or something. And they're playing in like an airport hangar or something. It's hard to articulate, but it's
It's big.
I definitely agree with Main Jordan about the production. I think it's the best sounding song on Small Parts, Isolated and Destroyed. I think the sort of just the really like sort of drenched guitar sound on that is really, really fucking cool.
Drenched guitar. I love that.
And then, of course, just you know, like you were saying, Jordan, about it's like, yeah, it's maybe a No Means No love song, but it's a love song that only No Means No would write. Like, it's not like it's like the side, not the side effects, but it's like the all the other emotions that maybe aren't explored that comes with love, right? Like, it's not like you're not listening to like a fucking 1950s pop song when you hear it. Like, it's
yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. What you just said.
It's funny. I was saying it took me a while to come around to this song. Like, that was another song I think I just like I skipped a lot over the years because it was so like so long and plodding, which is kind of funny because I'm actually really generally drawn to a lot of those songs, like the real Rob style epics. I really, really love. My crazy hot take is that One is like one of their best albums, and there was a period of time where I considered that to be my favorite album of all time.
Oh wow!
Real Love is a very, very different flavor of that, but it's kind of funny. Over the years, I've seen No Means No kind of get slagged for the latter era. They'd be like, "Oh, there's so much of the self-indulgent songs that are 9 minutes long or whatever," but like, fucking Small Parts is padded with those, and I think they fucking rule, right? Everyone loves that album. That's a real crowd pleaser. So I don't know. Maybe they just tapped into that more than. But yeah, very, very different songs, but I really, really like them both. What can I say?
All right, Matthew, what do you think of these two songs?
It's interesting that you guys are pointing out that they're really different. I actually think they have a lot of commonality in a lot of ways. I would often talk about how synesthetic certain No Means No songs. There's a whole world in my that they draw up in my head. There's the sort of post-apocalyptic world. Then there are ones that are a little bit more sort of sci-fi or even fantasy. And Mary for me is definitely in that category. And Real Love is in that sort of, maybe not post-apocalyptic, but just very, very sort of depressed, like city type, or just outside the city type. It's a little bit more local, a little more, not urban necessarily, but
alleyway.
Yeah, yes, maybe
Nice.
that kind of thing, or just even just a fucking suburb in terms of that one. But they're both songs about transformation, but they're both like destructive transformation. And when you guys are talking about, maybe I don't remember sometimes whether I have thought of these things before, because we've been doing this podcast for, we should mention this, almost 5 years. I think it's just short of like 2 weeks.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Jesus
We started in January. I remember that.
Yep.
Yeah.
2020. Fucking hell.
2021. But yeah.
2021.
Yeah, indeed. So I may have said some of these things before, and
doesn't matter.
It's always disorienting when somebody comes up to me and talks to me about something that I said 4 years ago and have no memory of and probably don't agree with anymore. But did you guys see the movie or read the books Annihilation?
Oh yes, of
No.
course. The books far superior.
I agree.
Jeff Vandermeer.
Oh,
Fucking hell.
they're gonna go. Here they go.
Dude, these books rule. That is an absolute Mary-coded series. The fucking Annihilation is absolutely Mary-coded. Good pull. Good pull.
I agree.
Fuck.
Like,
If you're a fan of Mary, go read the Annihilation trilogy. Well, now it's a quartet. There's a fourth book. Fucking
and
hell,
I
those
liked the
books.
movie too. It's just that they,
It was good,
the,
just very different.
the book was so much about
my God.
language and stuff like that, and they kind of
Jesus,
have
that's
to
so
shift it
good,
to make
dude. Fuck, that is such a Mary
These two
trilogy.
would have
Holy
thrown
shit.
it absolutely
I
is.
love it.
God damn
Yeah,
it.
it's nice to watch that movie. It's actually I liked the movie. I thought it was like way more sort of. I thought the books were kind of unfilmable. I thought
Absolutely.
they did a
When
really,
they said they were making a film out of Annihilation, I'm like, are you excuse me, fucking what? Like, you
Yeah.
can't make a movie out of that.
so.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, just to sum
Anyway.
it up, some people have said it's sci-fi, but it's like there's this part of like the American coast, and nobody really knows what's happened. Is it government action? Is it aliens? Is it? But there's this section, and there's like a boundary, and you go in there, and there's fucking nothing makes sense anymore. Like the rules
Oh.
of physics, the rules of biology, just kind of they're not predictable anymore. And particularly in the movie, they cause these like weird biological mashups of like animals and plants, and you don't really know how the characters slowly go insane, and I don't know.
It's an incursion of the other into this world in one of the best ways that's ever been written. Frankly.
Absolutely.
What Lovecraft wanted to do,
Yes,
and was never quite able to do.
Very, very uncanny. Very, very like you're not frightened exactly because it's too weird to be frightened of. It's just like this whole.
Wow.
It's
anyway,
fucking brilliant.
So,
Shit, what a good
Mary
point.
to me has always really been about religion,
Jordan.
transformation, something that is really a force that is out there. And I've talked about this many, many times. Like the closest thing I probably have experienced to religion is like living into Victoria, looking out at the water, and knowing that it just does not give a shit about me. There's some big force out there, and I think this may be the song that sort of made me think that maybe No Means No was experiencing some of the same sort of stuff about where I'm from that I did. The stuff about just being under the water and being rendered into nothing
crabs.
but everything too, because you're being consumed. I found out the particular like combination of crabs and mice was always really interesting to me,
The
because
smallest of the creatures in those biomes in a way.
yeah,
right?
yeah. But crabs will they eat the dead, and they eat the recyclers, and the mice, they kind of do the same thing, but they would tend to like hollow out a corpse and live in it more than eat it. Maybe eat little bits of it and stuff, but the crabs just kind of eat it and move on.
Man.
In fact, I think I might have told this story before. I was talking to a First Nations elder. I'm not going to remember what nation he was from, but it was during my linguistics training and everything like that. And I just, it was sort of a lull between a linguistics conference or something like that. And I wanted to ask him, because I had read a bunch of First Nations mythology. I was quite familiar with the iconography and the mythology of the coast peoples here in British Columbia. And I was always kind of struck by powerful animals. It makes sense that there's the bear, and it makes sense there's the orca, it makes sense that there's the thunderbird and all this sort of stuff. So it always struck me at the absences of certain things.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, how come the cougar never shows up in any like iconography that I've ever seen? And he's like, because they eat children.
Oh,
Shit.
And I don't know whether that was just his opinion or whether that's
did
like
he answer
common
it
knowledge
that
or anything.
fast?
Pretty much.
Wow.
And the other one, which I brought up just because I figured it was such a probably part of the reason why a culture develops art like the coast did, is because they have a lot of spare time because there's so much food around, right? They can just, even in the winter, you can go down and get clams. There's not a lot of like food scarcity as in a lot of other kinds of environments. And I kind of figured like, oh, well, how come the crab never shows up either? And he said, because they eat the dead.
Oh, fuck.
The crabs eat the dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
That's
They're
what they mostly feed
bottom feeders. Yep.
Right.
Yeah. Corpses of
But-
whales, fish, all sorts of shit.
Yeah, I just kind of always thought that was interesting too, and in the human aspect too. And this is what I was sort of thinking about. Creatures that become, indistinguishable from you. You have crabs. There's like the crabs that live in the water. There's also crab lice, which is a sexual infection, like transmitted through sexual contact. Generally, genital lice is called crabs. And then I was thinking about mice. And the etymology of the word muscle actually comes from musculus, which means little mouse. Because in Latin, your muscles look like little mice crawling around under your skin.
How about that?
Interesting.
Yeah, and so that's I guess why I was thinking about it. And I don't really know what I'm going on about here, except that this song always really made me think about I don't know if I identified with the protagonist. I don't even know if there is a protagonist exactly. He was saying certainly, that something is happening to him. He's being transformed by something that's out there, something that is irrevocable and like irresistible. A force which draws him, but also draws him to be destroyed. And I'm just saying him because it's Rob singing. I don't know whether it's necessarily a hymn at all. But it is this kind of a religious cry. And maybe it's just me thinking because Mary is, the mother of Jesus and all this sort of thing. And maybe there is like a Catholic reference, but maybe not. Maybe it's something a little more fundamental. Something before pre-Christian, who knows? Very nature type
The first
observances. Yeah. And I in previous podcasts I talked about I'm at the end of oak and yew, and I'm like, those are very significant magic plants and Celtic mythology and their names of runes and all this stuff. And then I'm like, I don't know why it just never really occurred to me. Being from Vancouver, or half my life in Vancouver at this point, there's a section of streets in Vancouver named after trees. Oak and yew are two of them. They're both 10, 12 blocks apart. So like at the end of oak and yew
That's hilarious.
It's marple.
It's the secret treasure of No Means No tapes buried at the corner of Oak and Yew.
I doubt that he ever came. It was kind of interesting though that it would be marple. It's very much a gentrifying area, but it's formerly like one of the scuzzier areas of Vancouver. It's where all the mills were. It's where the glory was, considered low class, a little bit dangerous, a little bit kind of where the dirty immigrants live and stuff. So I don't know if there's any connection there, but it's just kind of interesting that Oak and Yew, you're in like an industrial part of early Vancouver, but probably nothing to do with it. But Douglas and Yates, so who knows?
Right.
Well, those two cross each other.
Jordan, I just lost your.
No, I'm
sound.
still here.
I didn't hear you. I can't hear you now.
You can't. Can anybody else hear me? You guys hear me? Okay.
I can hear you.
I can
No,
hear you.
Yeah, it's just you.
Can you
Sorry.
guys hear me? Because I don't see anything coming out of my
Can't
board here.
hear shit.
okay.
Yeah, I see all of your waveforms. You all look
Okay.
good. I think we're in good shape.
Okay, I just
a little behind the
maybe
scenes,
it's my
everybody.
computer port. It's fine now. Sorry about that.
No worries.
Just a little trigger happy. Oh, a little gun shy, I suppose it is.
We're all a little nervous, folks, about our audio equipment here.
Yeah.
So,
and then
Real Love.
compared to Real Love. I've been talking about Mary a lot, but I used to really, really identify with Real Love, not personally exactly, but just maybe not to do with love, but just the feeling of being overwhelmed by something or being obsessed with something. It's not necessarily love for a person. It could be love for a band, and I always did find it interesting. I think it was something that New Jordan said in that, it is pretty much a closest thing to sort of rock and roll ballad that I can think of, very sort of stadium rocky, but it's still super duper deep, even if the musical structure is maybe less so than other songs. But the idea that everybody says love is so positive and everything, but like when you're not experiencing or when you're not sort of directly in contact with the thing that you're in love with or experiencing love about, there's a lot of desolation there too, where you're feeling like you miss it, like you aren't sure of yourself. It is a destabilizing experience, and I think most people that sort of experience that it's nourishing, but it's also it sucks life out of you as well. And they do such a good job of talking about that experience, and that it is really difficult to express. And maybe the language that he uses is really, people might use different metaphors to describe it for themselves, but I think everybody can relate to almost every metaphor that he uses.
Yep.
In this, which is a very, very neat trick that he has done. So I think they're both songs about transformation and everything like that. I just think that maybe the Mary is, to me, at least a little bit more, even though it's very, very mundane. The bottom of the ocean doesn't get much more mundane. but it is there's something more metaphysical about it than real love, which is talked about in very kind of real world terms, rather than something ineffable that is out there. It is definitely there. Mary is personified as some ineffable force, and so is love. And I don't know if he's personifying Mary exactly, because he doesn't. But yeah, it's hard to know. It's hard to know. I think maybe the Mary figure or whatever he's evoking is maybe similar to or the same as Faceless May, whereas real love, really, I think he is talking about love.
Yeah.
If he's not talking about love, then I've been listening to it completely wrong.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, I've probably rambled on enough about.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
I'll give a couple of additional follow-up thoughts because you've given me a lot to think about, and then we'll pass it back to Jordan or to Michelle, and then to Jordan, other Jordan, Jordan. There's something I've been thinking about with No Means No, and I don't think I've put it this way explicitly. Maybe I have. Again, like you said, it's been 5 years. So what the fuck do I know? But it's like a cross. There are songs that they do that are very about things that are horizontal, about being a human being. Stop It, right? Revenge, Real Love, that are about our human experience. And then there are these songs that are vertical, that speak to something that is instantiated, that comes from outside of that. That's above that. That's
from heaven to the underworld.
Yeah, but the thing about this band
and
that's so incredible is that
you put them together and you get the sign of the cross.
Well, the thing that's incredible about this band is that in both areas, in the horizontal and the vertical, they do it with such depth that the horizontal, when they talk about something like love, it is not done in the way that is sentimental or trite or in any way sort of nodding towards the popular consciousness. It's done in a way that explores what that means in a incredibly deep and heartfelt way. And yes, the way he talks about love in this is universal. Everyone finds something in here. And for me, having been in this marriage for 30 years, like I deeply understand this yearning that he has. Like even when you're deeply in love with someone, there's this terror at the same time as the joy that you hold in both the potential loss of someone. I mean, this pair of lyrics, please forgive me for the things I've done to you, and Lord, forgive me for what I'm going to do, right? The sense of like, I'm always judging. I'm going to be judged by you. I define myself from you. I define you. You're in this weird pairing. And when you don't have that, you desperately want it. It's just this really beautiful exploration of a fundamental human experience, regardless of your of how you're approaching that experience, right? It doesn't matter if you've never had love. It doesn't matter if you're deeply in love with someone for most of your life. This song is going to speak to that experience. And that's fucking wild to just step back and think about a song that can talk about something so fundamentally human, not from a single perspective, but because it gets to the heart or tries to get to the heart of what it means. And again, not just because of the lyrical content, but because of Rob's delivery and because of the way that they craft the music and the way that the pacing goes and the way that the pacing changes and the way that chaos erupts. Like all of that holographically goes to speak about this beautiful horizontal experience. And then in comes fucking Mary, which is absolutely vertical, which is, I wouldn't say it's a religious song, but it confronts religiosity in the sense that it wraps religiosity to say, Mary, you. I think it uses the word Mary, the name Mary, because that's so evocative of Christianity. And it has that line of before the strokes of the lash and the march to the crosses. I mean, that's like absolutely pegging it on this like really limited view of spirituality that has existed within a certain strain or the majority strain of Christianity. So you've got Mary down there praying, and there's this overarching force from above that's larger than all of that exists. That's the thing that lasts, that was there before all of that and will be there after all of that. This is that voice that surrounds, that eternal feminine, that eternal force, that eternal power that surrounds all of us. That is the smallest, the meek. That's what it really means. The meek will inherit the earth. It's the crabs. It's the mice. The mice crawl on me. They eat my voice, take all I have to give. It's consumed, and yet that is what it is. It's all of that combined. It's all of that together. And there's that one. I love the fact that right before it goes into the absolute chaos of the fucking onslaught of the end, I really just always feel like I'm sitting there praying with that fucking little girl, this little girl Mary praying, who's just been fucking hammered by the reality of their situation and the beautiful chaos of what this force is that surrounds everything. And it's not a terror. This is not it's a song of violence, but it's a song of just like, it's a song of beauty. Like, I am so in awe of this force. I'm not terrified of it.
Right,
I'm
right.
like, I'm in awe of it. It is awesome in the way it's sublime, right? Both terrifying and beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And this song really is sublime in that way. It channels the sublimity of that force that I think Rob has touched in some of his songs. And this is one of his songs, along with 0 + 2 = 1, that is firmly like, I stuck my finger in the socket and the shit's just coming in. Like, I gotta say this. And it's, I'm not trying to describe my experience. I'm channeling some experience that I'm connected with, but it's absolutely outside of the human. It subsumes the human. Yeah. And so in a sense, I think these songs are related, and I think that they're perfect instantiations of their ability to depthfully talk about and universalize things that are part of the human experience, but one is vertical, one is horizontal. So these things, I mean, this really is the March to the Crosses for me. These two songs are just like,
I love you're
chef's
talking about
fucking
that.
kiss.
That
Anyway,
makes
so
a lot of sense to me.
I'll stop. Jordan, Michelle, you got anything?
No, I don't.
I'd
like the cross thing. No, not the cross. I'd like the vertical and the horizontal. That really is a really cool way to think about their music, and it makes a lot of sense to me. That's all I'm gonna say, because I like that.
Jordan, you got anything else occurred to you while we've been jabbering?
Not entirely, but I will say you kind of articulated a thing that I've always felt about No Means No and their lyrics, and how that could. It's a really, really hard kind of thing to articulate, and I think that was probably the closest I've come to hearing about it. I think that's part of what draws me to this band so much.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't know of any other band like this. That's why I love them so much. Matthew, how about you? What do we get? We're about to approach a vote. So what's your wrap up on these?
Where lies the strangling fruit that came from the hand of the sinner?
That whole fucking thing, dude. I didn't get to say it again, but I just want to reiterate. Anybody out there who hasn't read them, who's at all in, this is not science fiction like, oh, I'm going to read a sci-fi Martian book. This is science fiction that will melt your brain. Jeff Vandermeer, Annihilation is the beginning of a trilogy. Fucking read it. It is Mary incarnate. You are 100% right. That was a brilliant pull.
Wow, you almost look like you're going to read the book again just to think of it in that way, right?
Fuck yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, are you kidding me?
Yeah, I don't know how much more I have to say, except that both of these songs have affected me really deeply at different times in my life. And I think maybe, Real Love, it was kind of always affected me the same way, but Mary has sort of continued to affect me in different ways as I've gotten older, and kind of look back into it and find more and more in it. Maybe Real Love, I found everything I was gonna find, I found early, and maybe I need to sort of revisit it and listen to it in a different context.
Yeah.
You guys were bang on in that. I make fun of Small Parts for not always liking the engineering in it, but at the same time, Small Parts is also what I always say. It sounds like it is recorded in a basement, and everything sounds kind of like tinny and thin. But then in that basement is a passageway
chasm.
to a giant cave where you totally can't see the side of it, and
That's right,
everything's
that's
echoey and weird and dripping, and
I love it.
yeah, you're not cold exactly, but you're certainly not warm.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's such a specific sound of that album that like
Yes.
like if they came up with a like even though like technically speaking it may be like one of the worst sounding from like an engineer's point of view maybe sounding No Means No album, like I think that if it were to be like given the deluxe remix remaster treatment, I think it would I think it'd be really hard to swallow that,
Yeah,
That's 100% right.
For sure.
That's 100% right. It needs to be how it is. Like it couldn't be any other way, right?
It has such a specific such a specific feeling to it that has just been like hammered into my DNA at this point. I
Whatever
can't imagine it being crystal clear.
isness it is,
Yeah.
I think is most perfectly distilled in Real Love more than any other song on that album.
Agreed.
Except maybe Junk.
Junk is close.
Junk.
Junk's
oh
close.
my god.
All right. Well, it's time, folks. It's time to vote.
Oh.
I have to go first. This is not easy for me. Regardless of how people may feel, I do feel like both of these are really evocative, important songs for No Means No, and that's kind of where we're at this point, right? It's not. It's always going to come down to our subjective tastes, but it's also trying to think of like, well, what really deserves to be in the final, and both of these do. These are both fucking really pinnacle versions and exemplars of what this band does so well. So I have to go to the subjective on this one. And for me, like on balance, my subjectivity responds more to that vertical than the horizontal. And it's not like that doesn't mean much, because to me, they're so imbalanced. They're so important to this band. But this is why I think Mary to me really has always spoken to me, because it really pulls in something ineffable. And so whatever, blah, blah, blah. It's Mary for me.
Oh man.
Michelle, your vote.
This is a hard pick for me too. I do have an answer though, but that doesn't take away from how much I love the other one. For real serious. My vote's gonna be for Mary.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. All right.
I love the riff and I love the heaviness of it. I don't know. I could say that about Real Love too, but my vote's going to be for Mary.
Fuck yeah.
Oh,
Jordan, as our guest, what is your vote?
This actually is hard. I really, really love both of these songs, and they both kind of play to different sides of my brain, I think. But I gotta go with Mary, man. That song fucking rules so much, man.
Nice.
It's
no dice
I
needed
could listen to
today.
that song like that. That is like I could listen to that song every day and pick up on new things to it. Like, I love that song. I feel like Real Love might be considered kind of more important in their oeuvre, maybe, but fuck it, I'm with Mary.
Fuck it. That's what I say. Matthew, how about you?
Yeah, Real Love was always probably close to my favorite. As a younger man, for sure, it was. I don't know. It might have been an easy pick for me, but it has meant not less to me. I just maybe the things it evokes meant less to me as I got older, something like that. And as I said, it's musically maybe it's a little more basic. It definitely has sort of quiet and loud aspects, which I really enjoy in No Means No songs. But it's long, and I have skipped it because I have not feel sort of maybe not that I think it's boring or anything, but maybe I don't have the time to devote to it. Whereas I will almost never skip Mary. And 0 + 2 = 1. It's an interesting album to me because it was not only the last album with Andy on it, but possibly one of the last albums I bought on tape. And so maybe I never had a turntable except for what I could use at the radio station where I did a show. But it was one of the last albums where I experienced it as a whole, but also was really aware of the sides of it.
Right.
Right.
And Mary was the last song on the first side.
Oh, tricky. Nice.
And it was like super, super amazing ending to a really strong first act. And then you flip it over and you're into Every Day I Start to Ooze. Oh, sorry.
Nice. Yeah.
And which is much sillier and weirder. So I always kind of liked the, oh wow, I've been taken to this weird, scary place, and now there's an idiot gibbering on a street corner. But yeah, there's something really fundamental, something ineffable, as you said, something religious, but something, or the closest thing I experienced to religion, involved with Mary. And now that I've thought about, I've thought about rereading Annihilation, at least the first book, for some time. It is on a bookshelf in my bedroom. I look at that like almost every day. It's right underneath the clock I look at to check the time. So I might just pull that one out and start thinking about it
Matthew
again.
Jordan Book Club. We'll start a separate Annihilation podcast.
Yeah, I think I probably telegraphed it a little bit, but yeah, I think it's unanimous. Mary.
Woo! Wow.
All right, so that was fucking round one. So before we dive into our next set of rounds, I see Matthew's got some whiskey there, which is nice. I should get more, but I think I'm good.
So
I'm going to play
Jura.
Ooh, Jura, nice. I'm going to play a listener submission. Everyone here has let me know that they think Dan McKee has already put in a submission, but he was kind enough to submit another submission, and we're going to go ahead and hear it right now.
Hi, this is Dan McKee. I sent you my origin story back in the early days of the podcast. I was the guy with the nonsense is better than no sense at all tattoo who got into No Means No through a Alternative Tentacles sampler from Jello Biafra. But I, been listening to the podcast the whole time, and I basically just wanted to get in touch with you guys to say how much the podcast has meant. You keep talking about the legacy of the podcast and the legacy of No Means No, and for me, I have always felt No Means No were this sort of secret of mine. They were a band that meant so much to me, influenced so much in my life. They'd obviously retired, broken up, it was all over, and so you weren't going to gigs anymore, and they're just this thing that I listen to, these records that I have that have such an imprint on my heart, on my soul, on my being. And even like the friend I got into them with back in the day doesn't really listen to that sort of thing anymore. They're just a band he knows of. None of my own circle really kind of love No Means No. So it's always felt just like this kind of weird little thing that I know about. And the podcast came along. And not only does it give you an excuse every episode to like listen to a bunch of their songs and think about them in a different way than I ever would by myself with you guys talking about them, but it's connected the fact that there's so many of us out there, still loving that band, who always loved that band, who feel the same way about that band that I do. And then there's been the sort of resurrection through Dead Bob of this whole, community having new music to enjoy and a new live experience to enjoy. And it kind of feels connected to your podcast because your podcast is sort of that center point that brings us all together, that gets us all thinking about it. That probably made, on some level, John realised there was still that audience out there. Not the only reason, I'm sure, but we're all talking and we're all craving for more No Means No. And let's be honest, Dead Bob is No Means No. It's not the same, but it's part of that same creative project of the Wright brothers. And it's amazing to hear. And the book obviously came out, but the book was able to be promoted to us all through you guys, sort of bringing us all together every so often to talk about the songs of No Means No. And so for me, who's someone who has been listening to this band sort of in private, like, an amazing little secret, it's been amazing to not listen to it in private, to hear other people talk the language that I understand, to focus on these songs and think about them in different ways. And I know you've asked us to maybe come along and say, what's your favorite song, or where do you disagree with us? And I think one of the things that I've loved so much about the podcast is you are very clear every episode since the start. You're going to choose what the best No Means No song is. Spoiler alert, there isn't one. So I've never really listened to your podcast going, I wonder what the song is going to be. And I never really care if you vote out my favorite. You know, it comes back as a people's choice every so often anyway. But it's not for me about my favorite song winning, because it's made me realize I don't really have a favorite song. For all the reasons you guys talk about the songs and disagree with the songs, every song kind of does something. I mean, there are some that are better than others, and there are some choices that are made, lyrics or bits of music that you go, well, that's not ideal. But they've all got something great about them. And even my favorites, you know, sort of rotating catalogue of favorites, you're each able to make a case for why that might be the best song, but also why one of the others might be the best song. And it's just really made me reappreciate the music on different levels. You all bring something to your analysis of these songs that's not something I would have thought of myself, but sometimes articulates thoughts I've had, or an idea that I kind of even haven't had but has passed through my head and I didn't catch it. And then you've been able to sort of put it into words and say, yeah, this is what it is about this particular song. For me, No Means No have always just connected to some sort of spiritual thing, which is crazy because I'm an atheist who doesn't believe in the spiritual. But I think that contradiction is everything about No Means No. They make you feel in a way that's incoherent and wonderful, and connect you to this sort of darkness, and through that darkness, a light-heartedness, because they don't take themselves seriously. Like you guys don't, you know? Who cares who wins? Who cares what the best song is? You don't. We've enjoyed talking about them. I mean, I say another testament to your podcast is, you know, I don't drink alcohol. I obviously drink something to not die. But even the section, which I could fast forward every episode, where you talk about drinking, I still listen to. It's interesting. You make it interesting to talk about something that I have literally no interest in, because something about your chemistry together and just the way you talk, you know, you have an interesting way to talk about drinks I'm never going to drink. So when you attach that to songs I love, it's just a really great listening experience. And for me, No Means No are just that band. They connect in that sort of fundamental way. They're part of me, and it's amazing to realize that there is that thing that we share as a fan community that we all feel in different ways, and it's nice to not be doing it in secret really anymore. So I want to thank you guys, and ultimately say that the best No Means No song is sorry, I've got to go. Bye.
Dan.
Best possible ending.
Nice.
Yeah,
awesome.
man. Listen, I gotta say that when this came through and I listened to it, it was about a month or so ago, and I was in the worst fucking mood. I had the worst day ever. Like, it was just such a bad fucking day.
Honey.
And then I listened to that, and I was like, "Fuck, dude, that feels so good." It's so. I mean, we've talked about it before, but that's why we do this podcast, to like this exact thing you talked about, like, just to know that this obsession that we have with this great piece of art is real, because these guys fucking rule and this band's so fucking good. And to find other people who love it as much as we do and want to listen to us jabber on about it because they love it as much as we do. I mean, I could never have imagined a better reception for this. So thank you, Dan. It was fucking great. I know everyone else, it's a little bit of indulgent of a call out for us to put on, but fuck it.
You know,
Yeah,
it never even occurred to me also that there might be people in recovery who don't drink. I mean, it's not our responsibility to not, but you know, if we've ever tempted you to drink when you're really not trying not to drink, I apologize for that. I've gone through periods of not drinking myself, and keep coming back to it, and it is definitely a harsh mistress on occasion. But yeah, I'm glad though, Dan, that even though you do not drink, that the drinking part captures your interests. But I do periodically talk about something that does not have alcohol in it. And the one thing I already mentioned earlier, I don't know whether it's going to get caught out, but this IYKYK cola, if you ever see that, yeah, pick it up. It's tasty. No booze in it.
Nice.
You should try and get a
Well,
sponsorship.
you know,
Yeah, there you go.
I
Yeah,
don't know. We're almost at the end.
That's just for Dan,
That-
though. I don't know you're
Oh,
gonna
I
find.
see.
I don't know if you're gonna find it where you're from, but yeah.
So
Well, we-
there's
we-
still
we've-
there's still
We've
go
we've
ahead.
talked about like not drinking. Like I think I have a bad problem with beer. Like if I have one, I want another one. I want another one. So like tonight I'm having non-alcoholic beer. So I'm
It's been
hoping
part of
You
our
that
said that
helps.
conversation.
those are the
Justin
first
and
drinks
Matthew.
since New Year's, though. So that's good on you.
I don't know. Yeah, it's true.
That's great. That's great.
Well, that doesn't mean I don't want a beer, but I'm just choosing
No,
not
that's
to
good.
have one, which is
That's good, man.
Tough.
So there's still a handful of episodes. We've talked about this before. You know, I don't know how many more. I did the count the other day. There's probably something like 14 or maybe fewer left,
I think fewer.
ostensibly.
Yeah, math wise.
So now's your chance, man. This podcast will stay around, hopefully long after we've stopped actually doing it. People will be able to find it. It'll be on YouTube. I'll probably keep paying for the fucking hosting for a long time. So get your voice on there. Talk about whatever you want to talk about. We've talked about all, like, hey, tell us your origin story. Tell us this. Tell us about that. Whatever. But just fucking talk about anything about No Means No. Jump on No Means No. What's on your head? We don't care. But we'd love to hear your voice.
Bob,
Or Deb Bob, right? I mean, something in that universe, but it's, I don't know. We love to hear it. And I think you can be part of the larger story. It's a big story that spans decades and decades. And this is one little blip in it,
And
but it's a blip that'll be around for a while. And we'd love to hear from you. So if you feel like it, record something, write something. We'll read it. We haven't had that in a while. Either way, but we love to hear it.
Absolutely. Send that on into no means nothing podcast at gmail.com.
Indeed.
And send it in whatever format you're comfortable with. And if you need any help with that, then, we'll do our best to help you out if we can.
That's right.
And yeah, if you wanted a particular one of us to read out your written submission, then tell us which one. You can't say.
That's right.
They could do a round robin where everyone reads. They could do a round robin where everyone reads like 3 words of it. Passes up.
That's a good point.
Oh, that's gonna go great.
I'm sure that wouldn't sound horrible at all.
I do want to make a note too that if you've written us a note, first of all, 2 things. If you've written us something and we have not played your submission, resend it because I have a couple sitting in the tank, but they're recent. I don't want to miss any. There's none that we've received that I've decided not to play. That's not a thing. If you've sent it, I want to play it. So
are you saying that you
haven't.
want to bring forth the seeds of the dead to share with the worms that gather in the darkness?
I do, Mr. Vandermeer. And then the other thing is there's a couple of people who have written us either with questions about things or anything that I haven't written back to yet. I will get back to you. So if you've written us not to get on the podcast, but just ask a question or something like that, I absolutely will get back to you. We just get fucking caught up in our lives, but I don't mean to ignore anybody who's written us because I really appreciate you taking the time to write. So I 100% will write back. Just sometimes takes a little time.
Oh, hey.
David, don't.
No, sorry. So I did a stupid thing on the Facebook group, and I'm not.
What'd you do?
I felt bad recycling my wrong lager cans, and so I said, "Hey, if a few people, do you want my recycling?" And a couple people said yes, so I sent them off.
That's right.
I sent off four cans, and I could have peeled off the labels and sent those without being much less stupid.
You sent one to France,
You
didn't you? You sent one to France.
I did not send one to France. I sent one to Quebec.
Oh.
Where they speak
French
the French
Canada.
language, and
The
that's actually
other
been really fun.
France.
I made a friend there, Annie, and had to. She's much more comfortable in French, so I've had to dust off my French, in which I am ostensibly fluent. So it has been an interesting experience talking with her on the internet and remembering how different French is from Quebec French, and practicing my crissage, which is so much fun because profanity in Quebec French is the best. Yeah, and so she has received her can, and a fellow named Johnny Lunn in Cornwall has received his can, and there's 2 other people. I sent one to Illinois and one to Texas. And
Wait a minute! I should have
process,
sent some to the States.
yeah, well, the process of sending something to the fucking States, the process has gotten really weird and paranoid.
I know. You should have told me.
I suppose I should
Fuck.
have. So
Yeah.
I haven't heard from either of those guys yet, and I'm a little bit concerned that they might not have made it through the
jeez.
process because although they are containers which once contained a substance which is not legal to send through the mail. It should be okay, but who knows?
An empty can should absolutely be okay, but you know,
You'd
who the
think.
fuck
Oh,
knows?
they'll
You'd
find a
think.
problem with it.
Yeah. So.
Oh, Matthew,
I
I'm
wonder,
sad I
like-
couldn't do it for you.
No, it's fine. Whatever. It's kind of I did it for the lulz, really.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
I wonder,
What was
like,
that,
what
Jordan?
the legal limit is on that. Like, how much, like, trace amounts of beer can be in the can before you can send it.
The beer sniffing dogs
that-
got
yeah,
to your package.
Well, the funny thing is,
This little chihuahua.
I don't have running water out here in my shop and studio. So, but I do keep these solid bottles of water because sometimes you need to pour water onto a rag to wipe glue off of something. So I use these really heavy, solid bottomed bottles of formerly containing aquavit that I like because I like to drink aquavit. So I rinsed out the beer cans with bottles of water that used to contain aquavit, but I could still smell the aquavit on the beer cans.
Aquavit. Never even
I've talked
heard
about
of
it before.
That's great. That means that they'll probably just
Aqua Velvet?
the recipients will smell the empty cans and be like, "Man, what the fuck is this beer?"
Exactly,
Fuck
yeah.
did John brew up?
I love
Master
the video
brewer
we
my
made
ass.
about
Holy
how to
It smells like
how to,
caraway. Gross.
how to pour it. Did you see the video about
That was
how
great.
to pour
That
it?
was great.
Isn't
John's
that funny?
master reel maker, man. He's fucking great at those videos.
He is funny in that.
All right,
Oh my god.
we're in round 2, everybody.
Yeah.
You guys
Okay.
ready?
Yeah,
we go.
yeah.
But you're my lady.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay. This one's maybe not so hard, but it's still really interesting. So, this is in this corner is who fucked who
Ooh.
versus a little hint, a song the listeners have already heard in this episode. Stock taking.
Oh.
So we're going to hear a little clip, then we'll go back in history and see where these went. So first we're going to hear a little bit of who fucked who.
When you look at me, I want an enemy.
Now stock taking.
Roses are red.
Well, shit. The episode, but by the way, just listener, the episode is not over. You may be tempted to think it is because that's our fucking outro clip to a T. So let's see. Who fucked who? Let's see. Where did that come in here? Am I on bracket round 2, right? So who fucked who came in against Old. So it won against Old. That was unanimous, which I don't think is surprising. And then Stock Taking was against The Rape, a really great song, and that was also unanimous. So Matthew, you get the honor of taking first pass at Who Fucked Who versus Stock Taking.
Who Fucked Who is an interesting song, and I kind of wish that it had been One Down, Two to Go was where it was released, and it's been a long time since. I'm fairly certain that my CD copy of One Down, Two to Go was still in the car that got crushed into a cube. So,
That's right.
A listener whose name I'm not going to be able to pull out of my ass was so gracious. He had a second copy and he sent it to me. So now I have that. Thank you so much. Fuck, what's his name? God damn it. I'm sorry.
We did the podcast with
They
his
know who
wife.
they are.
From Indianapolis.
The fuck?
I remember all kinds of shit. But yeah, the drunk.
He was
wife
a flight
podcast.
attendant.
They know.
Yeah.
Oh, Ian.
In any case,
Ian
Kennedy.
Thank you.
Yes.
Shout out, Ian.
So I do not know, because it's such a mixed bag on One Down, Two to Go, like sort of what sessions spawned Who Fuck Two, because it could come from several different eras. It sounds to me most like it came from like Mr. Happy sessions. So I don't know who's playing guitar on it.
There's no guitar on this album. On that song, there's zero guitar. That's bass and
Is it just that?
Yeah.
I guess you're right.
I don't think there's guitar. No.
Okay, there's got to be two bass tracks then, because there's that sort of dirgy thing that happens, like, huh? Oh, crazy. I'd still like to know the genesis of this song, because it's a little bit more straight ahead. It's a little bit more, it's very No Means No, but it's almost sort of in a Hansons-y kind of direction. It sounds.
Well, recording, the way it's recorded,
came from before that, though.
Allude to it? Doesn't that allude to it? It's like the way it sounds, the recording itself.
Well, that's what I
Isn't
mean.
that
It's hard for me to place it, and I would have to look it up, and I'm
Oh.
probably wrong, but it doesn't.
Okay.
Whether it's who knows when it was written, or who knows when it was recorded, or maybe it's an older song that they were recording, maybe it's something that they came up with when it was just the two of them, and that's why it doesn't have any guitar. But who knows? It's lyrics wise, it seems kind of robbish, but it could easily be Johnish. Who knows? I don't think it's an Andy song, so I don't know if Andy was involved. Anyway, it's a mystery. It's a mystery. I love it. It's somewhere between. It's about maybe love as well, or about annihilation of another sort. It might have been a good one to wrap into that first pairing. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm just reading the lyrics really quickly here. Very typical No Means No tropes, lies, betrayal, and that sort of stuff. But also him just speaking very clearly that everyone fucks everyone, and maybe figure out where your damage comes from. You're fucked up, but I am too. So I do like that. It's a very beautiful
it's a pal
commonality between all of us. We're all a mess. I really like that aspect of it. It's like somebody on the internet was recently talking about how she was interested that she's had some psychological diagnosis, and it was like it had gotten officially linked up with her PTSD, and I'm like, I don't mean to downplay your difficulties in life, or but something that as I get older, I think about people's issues and what drives them and everything like that. And it's like, if you have a diagnosis, you can pretty much always put an asterisk and have it be correct. Also trauma. Everybody has trauma.
Yeah.
Everybody has trauma. Everybody has trust that's been betrayed, but it's okay, because we're all in the same boat. Yeah. And stock taking. I mean, what more can I say about this song? It's just short, but there is so much packed into it. It is so intricate. The intricacy of it is so perfect. It's like a fucking Swiss watch. It's just little gears and wheels just like, clicking on each other, and just like something triggers something else. That's kind of how it feels to me. It's just that it is a perfect set of, not dominoes, or dominoes that somehow trigger themselves back at the beginning. They go around in a circle and start themselves off again, stand themselves up. Musically, it's punk, it's jazz, it's the perfect mating of the two, and it's like just the perfect union of how spare they can be and how complex they can be, and their chops. And this is, to me, maybe one of the songs where they played best all together. There's no real there's a standout, but only if you listen for it.
Right.
The drums stand out if you're listening to the drums, and the guitar and vocals stand out if you're listening to that, and the bass stands out if you're listening to that. So
yeah, I'd agree with that.
And then the message, it's just, I mean, it is a real perfect companion piece to Tired of Waiting, but I think it stands on its own as well. I don't think they, like so many No Means No songs, are sort of inextricably linked by their positions on the album or adjacency on the album. This one, I don't know. The central message of Stock Taking is, I mean, I hate to be so trite about it, but ultimately the Nike slogan is a good one. Just do it.
You know where that came from, right? Not to get off on another subject, but anyways, go on.
Not a fan, but also when you do it, it's not also, you're not necessarily going to get what you want. So it's just kind of have to do it anyway. I don't know, to compare these two songs, it's really difficult. I think they're both really, Who Fucked Who is about betrayal, I think, and Stock Taking, it's about maybe self-sabotage, could be, or paralysis, or not knowing which way to jump. And for someone with my particular neurodivergence, it's very much about, like, very rarely, like, having every idea in the universe but not knowing which one to start on. And I think that is why this song particularly speaks to me. It is, when you're stuck because you don't know where to start. Hard to compare these two, but maybe I'll get some more ideas as you guys blather.
All right, so we're going to hear what Michelle has to say. And everybody, I don't know how Parker's going to do this, but my computer's been having fucking issues. So if you wondered why I didn't have any exhortations toward what Matthew was saying, all of which I fucking loved, it's because I knew my audio had crapped out. So I was just listening to him while he was talking, but I couldn't give any of my appropriate affirmations of his thoughts. So we're going to go ahead.
Idiotic like normal.
Exactly. No. So we're going to toss it to Michelle. Michelle, please give us your thoughts on Who Fucked Who versus Stock Taking.
When I wrote down the song Who Fucked Who, I wrote down Who Fucked Whom. Right? Is that correct?
It is.
Yeah. I remember buying this CD. I was living in New York City at the time, and I don't know how the fuck I found out that there was a new album released, or new, EP, whatever you call this. I think it's, I was in Tower
Collection
Records.
of ephemera.
Yeah. I was in Tower Records, and I always, any record store I've ever been to, and still do, I always go to the No Means No, or the end section, see if there's any No Means No in there. I still do that to this day. So I probably went to Tower Records and went to look at the end section and saw this, and I was like, what the fuck? And I bought it. And nice. I remember putting on this song, I remember when this song came on, I was just, those googly eyes appeared, where I was just like, oh yeah, these are my boys right here. This is it. This is the shit I love. That, oh my God, Rob just sounds like a fucking fart. Oh, it's so amazing. And the song kicked, and I fucking loved it. It's just always makes me feel really good when I think about this song because I couldn't get enough of it. I played that song, that and Widget. I played that
Yeah.
a lot. Those were the two big bangers for me. Stock taking, like Matthew said, or who said it? Like you're hearing the whole band, and
That was
you're
Matthew.
not.
Yeah.
What did you say? You said if you want to focus on John, you hear how you. But I don't know. I don't know what you said, but I liked it so much that I
there,
can't
yeah,
remember what
it
you said.
isn't a standout unless you happen to be listening to that person.
Yeah, no, that's really a great way to play it or put it because I just the song is just it's just perfect. It's perfect. I love the timbre and the tonal quality of Andy's voice in it, and he nails it.
Mhm.
He just fucking nails it, and the first word he comes in on is it's kind of on an offbeat, and it's kind of like wait a minute, what? He wasn't supposed to come in there. I don't know. It was great, and of course, my favorite about the song is about the beats that they put the emphasis on 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. Even if you tap your hand, just put the emphasis on 2 and then the emphasis on the second one. It's kind of cool, and yeah, it's 8, you know, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 if you want to think about it like that, but like they're making something so simple sound so fucking sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
I,
way
I
all the different, I mean, I guess
it's where
the
they
time
put the
consistency,
attacks.
the interplay, the time signatures themselves are not that complex, but the interplay is
Right.
really complex.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
that's something this band does like top shelf. Like I said before, the hardest one of their most complex songs is Junk. That's probably the most
Oh
complex
fuck!
they've ever gotten. But songs like Stock Taking, they're taking a simple meter, 4 or 8 if you want to count it, and 8, and they're making it sound just staggered, like uneven steps, like, and you're
Yeah.
just kind of like, what the fuck? And it's just where they're putting the emphasis on, which is just a secret bomb. I can't get enough of it. I love it. This song is so terrific. John's fills at the end are just insane.
Yeah, no fat on that one.
Oh my
Nope.
god, they're just so
Fucking
incredible.
incredible.
And
Yeah.
I can't. The song has just got this fantastic groove to it, and I like you said, no matter who you're listening to, they're just killing it. Rob sounds so good, but Andy singing on it, I gotta tell you that might be my favorite part. I mean, he just
So good.
he's singing it so
Oh,
perfectly.
the little snivel that he.
Yeah,
I don't even know how to describe that. What that sound? The little sort of sniveling, whatever.
It's so great.
It reminds me, and I wonder whether this would resonate with Jordan as like, or we're all from. I'm actually from the least shitty little town out of all the four of us, I would say, but we all moved away to bigger places. And yeah, maybe it's sort of indicative of the frustration and the insularity of the place, and then you just eventually explode. Rah! The most satisfying. I can't do it because I don't want to hurt my throat. But the best sniveling and the best roar.
Oh my god.
Indeed.
Perfect. Yeah, I don't have anything more to say about it, but I could talk about how Andy sings that song for an hour.
It's incredible.
It's so good.
All right, Jordan, what do you got? Jordan with an A.
Right off the bat, I got to agree with Michelle there. I think Stock Taking is one of Andy's best vocal performances. I think his singing is so amazing on that. Not only just the snivel and the grunt, but just like the
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
like there's so many little things like that to that song that I just really, really fucking love.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's kind of hard to compare these two songs. Who Fucked Who and Stock Taking are two very, very different songs. Also, two songs that I really, really love. Two songs that I would consider very, very dear to me. Who Fucked Who? I think it. I really hope it's made available again. It's kind of buried on like the One Down, Two to Go, Mr. Right, Mr. Wrong, sort of like oddities compilation,
which is only ever released on CD.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It only ever came out on CD on their
Right,
own
yeah,
on their
yeah.
own label. It didn't have very much distribution. I'm pretty sure you could only get it through mail order and at their live.
No,
shows.
I got it I got it at a record store. So it
Yeah,
was
that's true.
definitely
Actually, so did
available in
I.
stores.
In fact,
Yeah.
I realized as I was saying that I did in fact get it at a record store, but it still, I'm sure, had way less distribution than any of
Absolutely.
the Alternative Tentacles releases.
Mhm.
What Matt was saying about being I'm quite positive it was a Mr. Happy era song. I think I didn't pull out the CD when I was looking at it, but it does note when they were all recorded. I'm pretty sure that was one of the 94 batches of songs, and they were one of the new songs that wasn't necessarily pulled from the archive for that comp.
Oh.
I think could very well be wrong. So I haven't actually. Oh, okay. There we go. Someone's on top of it.
Oh no,
Yep.
that was
Someone's more prepared than I am. I know that the listeners can't see this, but
96, wasn't
Jordan
it?
just pulled out the CD and he's doing.
No,
some
it wasn't
fact-checking for us.
96. It was
That is
94.
the only CD that is not within my reach because it is up in my
It was 94. That's when
closet
I got
next
it.
to my
Who
underpants.
Yeah.
Fucked Who was recorded in 92 and 93 along with Widget,
Oh.
Blinding Light, I'm Doing Well, This Wound Will Never Heal, and Sitting on Top of the World.
Huh.
How about
Okay.
that?
So this is more of a 0 + 2 = 1 era, almost.
Almost. Yeah.
No, 92 and 3, you said?
Yeah.
So-
There were songs on there that were recorded in 1994, right?
On this
On that
this thing,
CD.
there were Red on Red, Real Love, Remember, and Victoria were all 94.
And
Okay,
the Real
I
Love
thought
was
it
not
was one of
recorded
the-
by Naomi
yeah.
Zell, of course.
But
that's
that's true.
true.
No. That was the
Cover.
Exactly.
Oh yeah,
Cover
the
version.
the swell prod.
I was actually going to bring that up, the Swell Prod version, when we were talking about that.
Yeah, Real
yeah.
Love. I didn't. Yeah, that's an
Yeah.
important thing we missed. Yeah.
That's so great. It's so great.
But I really hope that's made available again. I'm a little not to shit talk Alternative Tentacles. I know that they kind of got dragged through the mud with that Wrong reissue, but I really hope that all of the No Means No stuff gets made available again. I'm a little worried about some of the reissues that they're doing with the. They're using all the vinyl track listings, and I'm kind of
truncating some pretty
low-key
important
worried.
stuff.
Yeah, I'm actually quite worried that like the songs that were only on CD editions are just straight up going to be lost forever.
And
Never get
Lost
released
being
again.
one of them.
Lost
When
being
Mis-
one of them.
When Mr. Happy's released, it's going to be like, fuck, man, you can't bury
Well,
those
somebody's
Oh, I know.
Mr. Happy-
I was
Somebody's
so
gotta
happy when the
call them.
reissues were announced because like Mr. Happy is one of the only ones I don't have on vinyl, and it's because I was like, well, I'm not going to get the album when it's missing a third of the fucking songs.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to
Anyway.
make a call here.
This is a bit of a digression, but I hope that
Ditto.
one down, two to go gets issued again somehow, because there's some really, really good shit on there.
Yeah.
Who Fucked Who, I think, being one of possibly my favorite song on that compilation. It's way up there at least.
Yeah.
And then pitting that against Stock Taking, which is again an absolute S tier song that is very, very dear to my heart. Arguably my favorite song on Wrong. I'm not sure. I mean, obviously I could tell you something else on a different day,
Yeah.
but I think that for a very big contingent of people, when they think of No Means No, they're thinking of a song like Stock Taking. They're thinking of a song that has that kind of very, very angular structure, that has maybe some really kind of like atypical kind of structure to it. Like I don't know. I remember like hearing that song for the first time and just being flabbergasted that a band would write a song that sounds like that. Like this is a
Yeah.
punk band and the riff is dan, dan,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
dan, and like it's
Yeah,
it
the
blew my
hi-hat
mind
shit.
when I first heard it, and it blows my mind hearing it now. Like
And it blows
Yeah.
your hind.
Every
yeah, and it blows
every
my
time I
mind.
listen to
It blows every side of my body. That's what it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Matt was saying, it is very short, but it packs a lot of ideas into it. It's really, really concise. It doesn't fuck around. Like a lot of the songs on Wrong, it doesn't really fuck around, kind of dives,
That's right.
gets right to the point.
Yeah.
I love it.
And also, like a lot of the songs on Wrong and a lot of songs in No Means No in general, you guys have talked it a lot about on the podcast over the years, but the way it's kind of sequenced. So like the rhythm to that album, the way with Brainless Wonder into Tired of Waiting into Stock Taking into
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
what's the song that comes after that?
End of
The
all
End of All
things.
Things. It functions like a little mini suite that it just I don't know, it hits all my pleasure receptors the right way.
I never really
think-
thought about it, but yeah, I think you're right. Like it certainly is catching up. The Tower, definitely a dyad, and then everything after that maybe is a bit of a cluster itself.
Yeah, for sure. But with Stock Taking, I think like you were saying, Matt, I think it really, you can still listen to it in isolation. And I do sometimes. I'm like, I need to hear Stock Taking right now, and I won't listen to the entirety of Wrong. I'll put on that song because it's so absolutely fucking good.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just realizing
Shot of
now
espresso.
this
Yeah.
may be my favorite song on each of their respective albums. I mean, again, everything always subject to change because I'm sure that if other songs had come up, I'd probably be saying the exact same fucking thing. But yeah, this is a tough one. I don't know, Jordan. You're saying this maybe is maybe not maybe a little easier than the last pairing. But like, I don't know. I really love both.
Yeah,
those
I'm kind
songs
of.
a lot.
I don't know
I'm
what
kind
you
of
were
thinking that.
saying.
I'm kind of thinking that too. Just in the sense of the obvious choice, I think. But
Right,
when
yeah,
I really
fair
think
enough.
about it,
Oh.
it's not necessarily the case.
And-
right?
Another thing is that these are two songs that I never saw live. I don't know if I don't think they really played Stock Taking much after Andy left the band, but I certainly never saw it live.
I never saw it.
Oh,
I don't know.
Oh, no.
The only song I ever saw from the One Down, Two to Go live, I think the only one I ever saw live was Red on Red, and that was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
But I do know that they were playing it. Frequently when in the Mr. Happy era, at least. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about here, but just a fun. I don't know. I used to try and keep stats of like all the No Means No stuff that I'd seen. I lost all that shit a long time ago, but one of the things that really sticks with me when I'm thinking about No Means No is remembering seeing these songs performed live.
Yeah.
And like I was saying with Mary, like that was a song I didn't really pay a whole lot of attention to, and then I saw it live, and it
Sorry,
totally
then
brought
you
it
were
into
like,
this new
yeah.
I
context.
never got to see that live, and it's like one of the things I regret the most is they never
I just
played
saw it the
at
one
any show
time,
I
and that
saw.
just like I said, like it's been a favorite ever since.
You
then.
got kicked in the face.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
Rob was probably close enough to actually kick me in the face.
in the face.
But he didn't.
And if he'd been enough of a dick, he would have. I've seen it.
Yeah, I've seen him maybe not kick, but definitely
Definitely
give some punts.
Do his
Yeah.
business.
Yep.
He does not,
Did you remember
he does not
seeing
suffer
that
fools.
video when he pushed somebody off
Totally.
the stage?
Just remember
That guy deserved it, though.
Stock Taking was actually the last song I saw a member of No Means No, well, except until before Dead Bob. Stock Taking was the last song I saw any member of No Means No. Last No Means No song I saw any member of No Means No perform because Andy did it by himself
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
a
Nice.
birthday party
Mhm.
at Logan's in Victoria.
nice.
That is so cool.
Strangely was there too.
Yep.
I think you tried to convince me to go there, and I wasn't able to for some reason. But I would have really have loved to do that.
I don't remember how I
Yeah.
cadged my attendance at somebody else's birthday party, but like, well, I
By the
didn't
way.
know or have any knowledge
Doesn't
of.
matter. They were so.
And it would have been
many
even
people there,
funnier
it
had you brought me, and I was like, hey, old buddy, yeah, old Slippery Jim here. How you
what's
doing?
up?
But yeah,
I think
I'm
I
a
did.
really big.
I did bring Strangey, so that
Well,
No, I brought you, jackass.
was it. Really?
So there you go. The other way
Don't insult my
around.
chin.
How'd
Look
you
at
get
that.
invited to
I
a
got
fucking
invited
birthday party in
from-
Victoria?
From the man who sang the song that you're talking about right
Mr.
Oh,
now.
there we go.
Kerr.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mr. Kerr and Michelle have been
Remember?
friends for a while.
He likes me. All right. Anyways.
More than the rest of us. All right. So, Jordan, any other thoughts before I give my shit on this?
no, that's all I got. Just
All right. Well, you'll get another chance too. This is just our first pass at them. So, I did get to see Who Fucked Who live. This is one of my favorite memories of theirs. There was a tour they did where they came out first with just Rob and John, and they played Long Days first, just the two of them, fucking whipped ass. And this was before Who Fucked Who came out on the CD. They played Who Fucked Who, and I was like, what the fuck is this?
Wow.
Blew my shit right off. And so when I finally got to hear it on the CD, it was like, shit, this fucking, thank God.
And the way
got
Rob
recorded.
starts it out, are you kidding me?
Yeah, and it was
gotta
around
pee.
then. It was probably around 94. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Anyway, whipped. Yeah, so Who Fucked Who, to start off with that song. I think both of these, to go back to my dumb little fucking metaphor here, the vertical, horizontal. Both of these are kind of horizontal songs. They're talking about deeply human experiences. One about betrayal, stock taking, I think is very clear. Stock taking about the take, like it says, taking stock, really that self-reflectivity of dissatisfaction, but also really just trying to place oneself in the whole of one's life. It's brilliant. Musically, these are such different songs.
Yeah.
Of course, Who Fucked Who is definitely like throwback in a way to that John Rob era where it's just the two of them. And it really fucking gets my rocks off because I absolutely myself adore open D string and then G fucking around on the bass. To your point, Matthew, it sounds like there's a guitar, sounds like there's two guitars or two bass. There's not. I saw him play it. It's this fucking, that's it. It's a single bass and it kicks ass.
It's
and
a
you can do it.
weird Middle Eastern-y thing that happens.
That's exactly
it's
right. And I love that mode.
Does the same
It's
same
a
function as
drone.
the drones on a
Yeah.
bagpipes, right?
No,
Yep.
that's exactly right. That's why I love it so much. And Rob is a master at it. And this is one of the songs alongside of Give Me the Push where he absolutely masters this in fucking riffs. I mean, the middle musical break in this is one of my favorite musical breaks. Bam, 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 bam. It's so it's so fucking good, so tight. The two of them together. This is one of those songs where you're like, they're always probably better as a trio, but there's something so cozy about when it's just the two of them playing.
Oh my God.
And you're like, fuck, it's the brothers, just like,
Well,
they don't even got to think about it. They're just locked in.
I love
and
that
they're
it
just,
locked in. I was going to say,
they're just locked in, and everything
kick
is like.
drum locked
and-
perfectly in with the bass.
And
like, dum,
the,
dum, dum,
the
dum,
other
dum,
thing
dum.
about this, what I was
yes.
just going to say, the other thing about this song is it's one of the few songs where they're playing the same shit the whole time.
Mhm.
John is not playing a complimentary riff. He's playing the same riff. They're playing the same shit the whole fucking time. And maybe it's on the hi-hats now, maybe it's on the toms, maybe it's on the snares, but it's the same fucking rhythms. And Rob is keeping right up with him with how fucking fast it is. And everywhere he's going. And his vocal delivery is so fucking good that this to me is one of those songs where they're just like, we are a fucking steampunk machine that cannot be beat. And fuck you. Like, I'm just like soup to nuts. Balls to the wall. You can't fucking, no one can beat us. Fuck you. And really, right? Like roses are red, violets are blues.
Y'all fucked up.
I'm
You're
fucked up.
fucked
You are
up.
too.
No, you're
and
fucked
actually,
up.
one
But
of
I
my
am too.
favorite favorite
sad
bits in
story.
any No Means
softness to his voice when he says, "But I am
one of
too."
and then what the part that comes after that is one of my favorite parts of a No Means No song. You've got to rise up, rise
Oh,
up,
yeah, yeah.
rise up an octave, and the way he's playing it, it's like
And then he goes
they
up
go
an
they go
octave.
up an octave. It's
Yep.
so fucking affirming. It's just like
And-
yes,
and silly.
well, it is silly, but it's like it's fucking religious to me. It's just like
It
such a
feels
release.
good.
It feels so good. Such a
It
dopamine
does.
drop. This song is just
Yep.
like a fucking dopamine drop for me.
In
And
major key too.
in a major
Yeah.
key, it's just like, to me, as far as like the Rob and John getting locked in, I think this is one of the last of those songs we really get, frankly. Like, there's not many of them after this point. And that's
Yeah,
kind
I
of
think
like
you're right.
one of the
I think
one
you're
of the
right.
pinnacles of the end of
Mhm.
that era of just
Mhm.
Rob and John being like, fuck it, we got this. Like, and it's not a song like the rest of them that they recorded there in that session. You got This Wound Will Never Heal. That was an Andy era song. They just never finished recording with Andy. This to me feels like, no, this was either Rob or John or together, making this together, and it fucking slays. And then up against Stock Taking, which I think all of you've said exactly what I want to say. What else do I want to say about this? I've said this before. When I listened to Wrong the first time, this was the first album I heard of theirs. I was stoned out of my head in my best friend Russell's dorm room, and he was off trying to find us more weed. And he's like, "Here, listen to Wrong." And I listened to Wrong, fucking blown away by the first 3 songs. And then Tired of Waiting and Stock Taking came on, and I was like, what? Are you fucking kidding me?
That's
like,
right.
What is this? How does this exist with those other songs and the sequencing of where it takes you and the precision, the absolute bone level precision of this song? Everything is absolutely tight. There's nothing out of place. John is like, you could not find, I don't think, a more tight, perfect fucking just drum, like from front to back execution, and yet still allows for this jazz. It's not looseness, but this jazzy playfulness that's tight as fuck. That middle section, bow, bow, and with like, and Jordan, you were talking about the whoop. Oh, right. Like it's a short song, but this song goes
also
through like
silly.
Exactly. But this song goes through 3 distinct sections that all are tied together, but all feel distinct. And yes, Andy's vocal performance in this is absolutely just like, that's one of the things I remember from this is just going, wait, I heard another vocalist on this album already who fucking ruled. And now I'm hearing this. There's 2 vocalists in this band, both of whom are this fucking good. And what the fuck is this? And I have to say, even though I can definitely pull out Tired of Waiting, I can definitely pull out Stock Taking and listen to them on their own. Together, they are a pair that is like, give me a fucking break. This is like, you put that on a table and you're like, there's no means no. Take a bite of that. What do you think?
Yeah.
Just dig in, because fucking hell.
Open your mouth. I mean,
these are songs that are like absolutely iconic for what this band is capable of. And Matthew, you said this, like, probably this song in particular is the best these 3 were together as a trio, in the way that they all gave each other space, supported what the others were doing, but absolutely shined on their own as well, right? Like they were all serving themselves, but serving each other and serving the song in a kind of balance that's fucking uncanny. It's just wild. And this is an Andy song. Andy wrote this song, right? We know that. I think Tired of Waiting as well. So fucking kudos to him for writing one of the best No Means No songs of all time. But god damn, it's just this compact little, I just want to fucking eat it. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's a diamond.
These songs are really, 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 really different. And yes, I said flippantly at the beginning, it's easy in the sense of if you were to ask the community what the fucking better song is. But when I really sit here and listen to them, I love Who Fucked Who. That is one of the songs for me that's almost always an instant, all right, play again, right? Like I listen to it once, I'm like, all right, we're going back. I'm going back in. Stock Taking is the same sort of fucking thing. It's not it's certainly never been a skip, and it's often a replay because it's so fucking good. Yeah, man. I mean, I think where Who Fucked Who maybe it gets the shorter straw is that it doesn't have the benefit of sequencing. That is not an album that has great sequencing, clearly, because it's not fucking, it's just part of some other recording session, right? It just was thrown on, right? Whereas Stock Taking on its own is great, but it's also perfectly placed between 2 other songs and at the front end of an album that takes you on a journey. Like, so it's got everything. Not only does it have all 3 musicians, it's also perfectly placed on one of the best albums of all time. So, they're both fucking brilliant, but Stock Taking is like, anyway, it's not my vote time, but Jesus Christ, Stock Taking.
I love how you say Stock Taking.
Give me a break.
Because usually I put the, I'm there. I am, but I like about the emphasis, which gets Stock Taking.
That's because it's like, bum. Bump, right? I'm doing number 2. Stock
totally
Taking.
Right.
Stock Taking. Anyway.
All that stuff I meant to. You're right.
Matthew, you can, any second thoughts before we do votes?
Not a whole lot. It's just that, one, you sort of characterize Who Fucked Who as, it's fairly straight ahead. You could imagine another band covering it fairly successfully. I don't think anybody can cover stock taking.
They could try,
No.
but they'd fail.
Yeah,
It's
fair
illegal.
enough.
Like
illegal.
I could see Motorhead playing "Who Fucked Who"
Yeah.
really well.
Yeah, they would too.
But name me another band that could play stock taking.
No, they could try. It's not like it's an overly complicated song, but there's something so
No.
perfect about it that would be lost if it was just like, well, we got the notes right, but that's not what makes it great. It's not just the notes.
And they'd all say, "Who's this drummer?" That's what
Yes.
the fuck they'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Yeah, I don't really have much to say.
That's fine.
Again,
Michelle, how about
not
you?
very much
Second thoughts?
Oh,
Any second thoughts before we vote?
I do have second thoughts on, or not second thoughts, but other thoughts.
Additional thoughts.
Yes, on Who Fucked Who. I do love those campy lyrics Rob says with it. Oh, come on, help me. We've all been on the.
Oh yeah, we've all been on the bottom of the old in and out.
In and out.
You've got to rise up. Yeah,
That's hilarious. I love that.
yeah, it's great. It's great.
Yeah.
Both songs have great humor. Really,
Yeah,
just highlight
yeah.
their
Yeah,
humor.
definitely.
Yep.
Yeah, fucked up,
And I am too.
but I am too.
It's so
a
sweet
sad
in its
story.
way. Gosh, it's really a sweet song in its dark,
Yeah.
weird way. Anyway,
Yeah, I love
Jordan,
it.
how about you? Any second thoughts or no additional thoughts? As Michelle has.
No,
corrected?
I think all has been said.
All right. Well, I don't have any additional thoughts either, other than these songs fucking rule, and I hate to kick either into the curb, but I'm going to vote. This is not easy, actually. I was being flippant in the beginning just because of, again, the obvious nature. But when I think of everything, and I think to me, I already spoke about what really pulls one over the other, is that one, I think it's more important in their oeuvre in the sense of like, what's the more important song? And I also think it's just so fucking perfectly sequenced on an album that I could not imagine it not being stock taking here. Even though Who Fucked Who is really fucking good, stock taking has to be in the final. I just would not feel good if it didn't. So my vote is for stock taking. Even though I shouldn't go first. I didn't. Oh yeah, I was first in this round. That's right. So let's go, Michelle. What's your vote?
Were you?
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
I think Matthew was first, but we'll all get our.
I've had too much whiskey. We'll get our votes. Michelle, what about
That
you?
makes two of us, bud.
Right. Oh, I'm gonna have to vote for stock taking. It's just a gem.
Yep.
A
Agreed.
gem I want to wear,
All right.
and I don't wear much jewelry.
Jordan.
Well,
Whoa,
yeah.
the exhale.
Okay. Let's be real. It's stock taking. That is like absolute fucking godlike song on their part, and just
Godlike.
it's. I really, really, really love Who Fucked Who. I think that there's probably a lot of people that maybe haven't even heard that. I mean, the No Means No fandom would have definitely heard that song, but like I hope that more casual listeners can like check it out and check out some of the other songs on that comp.
For sure, it might actually be sort of more accessible to the non-initiated.
It's got a real bluesy accessibility to it that I think is
yeah.
really,
Yeah.
but it also really demonstrates what they can do just as a two-piece when it's
Indeed.
just Rob and John playing off of each other.
Mhm.
But sorry, stock taking is stock taking, and that's
You've taken stock.
It's a very it's an anxious and nervy song, and I am an anxious and nervy guy. So that song really speaks to me.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Nice.
No.
All right, Maddie,
Ditto, you owe me a Coke. In terms of the anxious and nervy action, yes. Well, it's kind of an interesting thing that Jordan should join us on this particular podcast. Being
Oh,
that,
right.
he actually knew me as stock taking before he
Yeah,
knew me as
I
Matthew.
was going to bring that up. Yeah,
It was
your
my
old handle.
my old handle on the old
Yup.
No Means whatever message board, and probably reasons for that. Who Fucked Who is a fantastic song, but it does not affect me the same way that stock taking does,
Yeah.
and stock taking has affected me the same way and to the same degree ever since the first time I heard it. and
You
continues
feel
to.
the
And I can
same
put it on
way
now.
like that you did the first time you heard it? It's never like.
Any
Is
different?
that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh
It's
man,
as
that's
powerful.
great.
It's
Yep.
as powerful. It
Yep.
amps me up just as much.
Yep, that's great.
So yeah, I mean, it's stock taking hands down.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah. Well, shit. Now comes the real bullshit part of this
Okay,
fucking
yeah,
podcast.
this is bullshit. Do we have to do this?
This
We do. So now we got to put Mary against stock taking.
Mhm.
Fucking hell. And
Mhm.
you're right. I fucked up with the voting before, and it should have been Matthew going first. But this time I got to talk about these first, and I'm just going to talk about them. I'm not going to say my vote yet. We won't have 2 rounds of talking about these, but we'll talk about them and then vote. This is really hard for me, guys, because these are 2 vastly different songs. They're 2 Andy era songs. One is an absolutely anthemic banger, and the other is a not quiet. The other is a precise fucking Swiss clock of no means no perfection. One is pretty long. One's really short. I mean, they just really sit at opposite ends of the scales. And there are different times in my day, there are different times in my life, there's different types of whatever where both of these songs are going to speak to me more. And I'm pretty sure I know what's going to go through the end, and they both deserve it. So I'm not going to be mad about this at all. But I just, and this is another one of those instances where to me it's going to be about the subjectivity. I am more drawn to the vertical in No Means No. And Mary to me is one of the all-time bangers of verticality along with the river, which is no longer here. And so Mary to me pulls in something where I can never fully grasp it. And that's what I love about it. There's something about it that's always just past my grasp, and that keeps me moving towards it. It keeps me wanting to understand it. It keeps me wanting to wrestle with it. Stock taking, I absolutely love, but it's not hidden. Stock taking's right there, which is not a cut on it. It's fucking brilliant in that sense. It's brilliant. But kind of, Matthew, what you said gives that away for me. It's been the same for you the whole time. Same with me. Stock taking hit me. It hits me the same as it always have. Mary has fucking gone through an enormous journey, and I'm not done with it. Like Mary, I'm going to never fully understand. You can't fully understand it. And I really love that. I'm not trying to say that Mary's the better song. That's not what this exercise is here.
But
It's about which one speaks more to me.
Yeah.
And to me, Mary is a dish that I'm going to continue trying to. It's not that I want to understand it. It's that it helps me ask better questions. No Means No in the end helps me ask better questions. They don't give me answers. And Mary is an open question that will never be answered. Whereas Stock Taking also does not have answers either. So I'm not trying to say it does, but I don't, it hits me where it hits me, which is a brilliant piece of music. It's probably one of their best songs of all time, guaranteed. But for me, the vote is Mary. I shouldn't have said my vote. Sorry. Oh, well, there it is.
I think we probably all would have deduced it from what you had said. Anyway.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Michelle.
I love the way you speak. Can I just say that?
Oh, thanks.
That was beautiful. I loved it. I loved what you said, and it's real. What are we supposed to talk about right now?
Just the different, compare Mary and Stock Taking for yourself. Like, what are these? You don't have to say a lot. You already talked about these songs, but
I'm all about the music, as you know. So both of these have interesting parts of their songwriting where the emphasis falls on, which I brought up when we talked about each one. So I'm digging that. I'm not gonna like this vote. Let me. I know what I'm voting for, but I'm not gonna like it.
All right. Well, you can keep your vote to your chest if you want for now, and if you want to pass it to Jordan, you can.
I will, but I just they're 2 great songs. I don't know. I'm still thinking about what you said. Can you go to somebody else, please?
Yeah. Jordan, you're up.
Christ. Jesus.
Oh.
Okay, I'm not casting my vote right now, but I'm really like these songs, love these songs like almost equally for different different reasons. These are two songs like it was kind of funny when we all just did the last round. I was like, all right, 2 unanimous votes. All right, we're good to go. I forgot that we actually have to come up with one. I knew that was the format like going in, and I just absolutely forgot. I was like, all right. Yeah,
we're done. Look at that. We did.
Isn't that great? We're all, smiles all around. We're all happy. Yeah. All right. Yeah, Mary rules. All right, stock taking with the rest. Stock taking fucking rules. Yeah, I don't know what to say. These are two songs that really, really represent what I love about this band. There's so many different facets to this band, and there's so many different songs where I could say exactly this about. But like, as I was reviewing the list of strong songs that were still candidates, I was trying to do some refreshing on some of the songs that I hadn't heard maybe in some time, and I listened to both of these songs last night.
Nice.
Damn, both these songs are so solid. So I don't actually know how I'm going to vote right now. So, Matt, why don't you try and
you are not rolling the dice for this last one. I'm telling you right now. I will leave.
It might come down to it. We'll have to see.
Bullshit.
Let's see what Matthew has to say.
That's what you get for inviting me on. I just throw a wrench in the works.
Extremely difficult. I mean, just as I say, Mary evokes perhaps the closest thing that I experienced to religion, connection to where I'm from, what I think about where I'm from, my place in the world, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Whereas stock taking really, it feels like a piece of guanine, cytosine.
What?
It's a piece of DNA, really.
I thought you were. It's part of you. Okay.
It's part of me, but like a fundamental part of me, interlocks with me in a very, very inextricable sort of way. So yeah, one is an exploration of the without, I guess, and the other is an exploration of the within. Very, 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 very difficult to extricate, since one is kind of implicitly within the other. So yeah, I don't know. How are we committing to like our votes here?
Well, I've already voted. We know what my vote is. It's Mary. Michelle, you're on the hook now. You've got to fucking vote.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I have to vote. Is that what you just said?
You do.
All right. My vote is stock taking.
Excellent. Jordan, you're on the hook.
It's a funny thing.
Okay. This will only take 15 minutes.
Reminds me of something that
this is going to mean much when it goes to tape. Maybe this is a bit of a cop-out, but I'm going to have to go by my most recent listening to these songs. I think possibly in the past, had someone just asked me this question, I'd be like, stock taking. Having listened to both those songs yesterday, Mary really, really, really hit me. Like,
Hey, mister.
Hold on.
You get
your chance.
Hey.
Let him talk.
Keep that dice, shove that dice up your ass.
No. Put that shit away.
All right, I'm sorry. All right, Jordan, please continue.
I'm going Mary.
Mary, shit. Matthew, fuck. It's either a tiebreaker or Mary's going through. This is wild.
What? No, okay.
Wait a minute.
Too late. No, wait, hold on. You get a chance to sway him.
Okay, yeah. Please,
there's a chance.
I'm not swaying nobody.
You can.
No.
We're all on the fence. Matthew, go ahead. Sorry. Everyone shut up.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be a tiebreaker because I'm stock taking.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I love this is just the drama.
Are you pulling that dice out?
Yeah.
I have.
Fuck that. No, I'm not.
Well, Then listen, you're not changing my mind. You get
I don't want
30
to change anybody's
You
mind.
get 30 seconds to try to change Jordan's mind.
No,
and pull
I
him to
don't
your
want to
side.
do that.
Yeah.
Or
Present
Matthew.
your case, people.
Yeah, or
No.
Matthew.
No,
Well, if you're not, it's going to the dice.
Well,
here's the
okay.
thing. Here's the thing. I'm not very stuck on my heels on this because I could.
Yeah.
I really, 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 really love stock taking as well.
Me too. I'm
just
super
speaking
stuck
to
either.
my heart of the absolute most recent experience. In fact, here's a thought. Maybe
Okay.
stock taking didn't speak to me on quite the same level of Mary because I've been binging your podcast and have heard this song as the intro and outro so many more times
no.
than any other No
Interesting.
Means No song.
We have
recently.
watered it down.
Mm.
Oh no!
But that's not really true. The fuck, that's
our
all
Well,
fault.
it's a
We've
good
ruined
point,
the
though.
entire
It may,
fandom.
maybe it.
All right.
Stock taking
Well,
is amazing.
So I'm gonna maybe try to pull it out. So Mary may be a continual exploration of an ineffable feeling or ineffable force. So the word ineffable itself, I mean, basically means it's something that it is incapable of being understood. And maybe that's what is appealing about Mary. Maybe you'll never find anything definitive about it. But for me, stock taking is just so fundamental, so crystalline, so immutable, so ineffable versus immutable. And which do I take more strength from? Which has more certainty for me? And it's really just got to be stock taking for that reason, exactly, because it gives me the same energy, and there isn't any other example of that. I don't think of any song that will do the exact or make me react the same way that it always has, except possibly for Stuart by the Dead Milkmen.
Okay.
That's great.
But I don't know. I guess it really is sort of like how the song makes you feel, what the song means to you. I mean, it ultimately sort of comes down to that. Maybe it's different on different days. But yeah, for me, it is really like stock taking is always the same. And I don't take comfort in many things that do that. But I do like difference. I do like exploration. And I think there's a lot to think about in Mary, to the fact that I'm actually really looking forward to reading Annihilation again now. But stock taking is always going to be that lodestone, that
Lodestone
thing I can always reach for, that I know that is always going to have the same effect. If I need it, if I need a certain effect, if I need a certain boost, if I need to feel a certain way, I can call on that more than most things I can think of. So there you go. There's my case.
It's a good one.
I am changing my vote.
Oh, come on!
Yeah.
What?
I am now.
What?
The reason I'm doing this is because I hold both of these songs in such high regard, and while Mary, in certain subjective ways, may
I can't
feel
believe
more
this.
important to me, Stock Taking is a perfect song. It's just perfect, and in so many ways, like I can't. For the community at large, like I know there's none of this means anything. Stock Taking, in terms of what No Means No is like such a perfect distillation. I can't.
Oh
Mary, I'll
my
always hold to my
God.
heart. No one's going to take that away from me. But Stock Taking's like, it's just like, come on. It's
I think the
Stock
thing
Taking.
of like them all being in it, whereas like Mary, like it's beautiful what
Wow.
Andy does,
But
and
it's
everything
not
like
that
but
like
it's
they're not. Yeah, it's not the
it's not so
perfect interplay.
even.
It's not the perfect interplay. This is like the balance on this. You could balance a fucking
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
marble on it. It wouldn't roll an inch. It's just
Right,
fucking perfectly
right.
balanced. So yeah,
Right.
it's gotta be Stock Taking. Love you, Mary.
So
Damn.
To see you go.
Whoa.
I
Wow,
just gotta
Matthew,
say,
you did it.
I did it.
it's funny because I was actually also going to change my vote as you were
So it's
saying.
unanimous.
Really? But
Unanimous.
okay, maybe I don't want
Maybe you
to.
could keep it. You could keep your vote.
I want to
It's the
keep it
one
now
vote.
that I know that you've stood around there because I really want on the record that Mary
Mary rules.
But as Matt was pleading his case there, I think what I realized is that I actually relate way more to Stock Taking as a song, whereas Mary is a song that I find more inspiring. So
Nice, good way to put it.
I don't know if I really, I don't know if that really necessarily makes a lot of sense for what I've composed in my mind right now, but I think Stock Taking is more the kind of song that I can listen to and be like, wow, this really sums up my experience as a fucking human being. Whereas Mary is a song that I would probably need to be a little bit more in the mood to hear, but when I do, it's probably going to have more of a profound effect on me.
That makes sense, yeah.
As it did last night as I was listening to it again. And
nice.
But yeah.
And I want to say that one of the other songs that's right next door to this one on that album is still in the mix, which is 0 + 2 = 1, which is their vertical masterpiece. So I don't feel too bad about kicking Mary out because 0 + 2 = 1 has already gone through. And it is like an exemplar in the same way, probably better. Although,
agreed.
That was hard when they came up. So I don't feel so bad about kicking it out because they're still one of my horses in the race on that, in that part of the oeuvre. Well, that's fucking great, man. What drama?
Involve Annihilation and 0 + 2 = 1 as well.
I was going to say, like, it's right there, man.
I am, maybe this is a bit self-indulgent. I won't do it unless you guys don't want me to do it. But I've got the blurb on the thing in the tower. Should I say it?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
First of all, there's something in Annihilation. A big element of it is called the tower. There is something in Annihilation that's incredibly important called the tower.
Right.
But it isn't a tower. It's a tower in reverse. But people still perceive it as something vertical. But it actually goes down.
But there's this phrase that's repeated over and over again. Matthew, hit it. I want to hear it.
Okay, I'm going to read the whole thing.
Do it, please. It's not that long, but do it. Go for it.
It's not that long.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Just do it.
Where lies the strangling fruit that came from the hand of the sinner? I shall bring forth the seeds of the dead to share with the worms that gather in the darkness and surround the world with the power of their lives, while from the dim lit halls of other places forms that never were and never could be writhe for the impatience of the few who never saw what could have been. In the black water with the sun shining at midnight, those fruit shall come ripe, and in the darkness of that which is golden shall split open to reveal the revelation of the fatal softness in the earth. The shadows of the abyss are like the petals of a monstrous flower that shall blossom within the skull and expand the mind beyond whatever any man can bear. But whether it decays under the earth or above on green fields or out to sea or in the very air, all shall come to revelation and to revel in the knowledge of the strangling fruit. And the hand of the sinner shall rejoice, for there is no sin in shadow or in light that the sins of the dead cannot forgive. And there shall be in the planting of the shadows a grace and a mercy from which shall blossom dark flowers, and their teeth shall devour and sustain and herald the passing of an age. That which dies shall still know life in death, for all that decays is not forgotten, and reanimated it shall walk the world in the bliss of not knowing. And then there shall be a fire that knows the naming of you, and in the presence of the strangling fruit, its stark flame shall acquire every part of you that remains.
Nonsense.
Tell me that Jeff Vandermeer is a No Means No fan.
Yeah.
Jordan, your
dude.
smile is just...
Well, fucking that shit is just wild. That's such a good pull, man. That's such a fucking good pull. All right.
Those are No Means No lyrics, right?
They are, exactly. That's Rob
So
pulling from the same shit. All right, everybody. So, Jordan, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on.
Absolutely.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure. There aren't a whole lot of people in my orbit that are as nerdy about this band as I am, and I really appreciate my fiance is getting really sick of me just babbling at her about it. So, and I've been trying and somewhat failing to limit my social media these days, so I'm not as active on the Facebook groups as I used to be. But yeah, thanks so much for having me. Can I just say one quick thing that is absolutely unrelated to this podcast?
Please do.
Yeah.
And I know that we've probably been going long as we're
there's no
to stop and start. But,
longer the better.
Long days.
I just wanted to say that so the other band that I'm absolutely 100% obsessed with is Cardiacs. I know that there is a lot of crossover between the No Means No and Cardiacs fandom, and I only really got into Cardiacs because of a few evangelical members on the old No Means Whatever board. They're the other band that has just absolutely fucking spoken to me in the same way. And me and my fiance, I proposed to my girlfriend of many years when we were on vacation in Europe a couple months ago. And we decided to go honeymooning in Glasgow, Scotland, to go see Cardiacs on one of their 3 announced shows.
Are they still playing?
They've
They just
Yes,
released an
it's a
album.
very, very long story that I'm not going to bother going in here. But if any listener is going to be around in Glasgow for that, please hit me up. I would love to have a beer. This is me honoring a promise that I made to myself back in 2007 when, or 2008 maybe, when Tim Smith, the main songwriter of Cardiacs, fell ill. I promised myself that if they ever played again, I would be there. And, despite the fact that we absolutely cannot fucking afford it, we are going to make this happen under the pretext of it being our honeymoon. So
Good
please
for
come out and say it's
rules.
it feels
Good
like
for
this is
you.
like it feels like I'm really achieving something that I promised to myself, even if it's just
That's so
seeing
great.
the only other band that ever touched me on the
bucket
same
list
scope that
is
No
what
Means
it
What
is.
has. So.
no man.
Yeah.
Rules.
Envy.
That's awesome.
Fuck, I almost want to fly
Yeah.
Parker out there. My
I
son
know,
Parker's
like,
other
well,
favorite
we
band is the
should
Cardiacs.
go.
He
Oh,
loves
really?
the Cardiacs, yeah.
You,
Absolutely is obsessed
man.
with them.
You raised a wise boy there.
Yep. All right.
Oh, that's
well,
cool.
everybody, No Means No Thing is produced and edited by yours truly, Jordan Flato. Co-hosting and podcast graphics, excellent podcast graphics, are by Matthew Kowalik. Michelle Stranges is our third, and let's face it, everyone's favorite, especially Andy's co-host and official
Alright.
Foley artist. Sound mixing by my boy Parker. Parker, I'm sorry for this episode. It's going to fucking suck to mix.
Oh no!
Shout out to our official mascot, Teddy.
Yeah.
Thank you to No Means No for the use of stock taking and the winner of this episode as our intro and outro music. Smash through the looking glass, fuckers. Fuck off.